上の空の下
違いを立てて今僕は歩き出す
銀色に光る砂漠ダイヤの花を探して生き抜く誰かのために今僕は生きている
守りたいものがあるんだもう二度と失わないようにこの胸にある願い叶えるためなら僕は笑って生きてほしいから今僕は刃を握る
切り裂いた記憶の中に溢れ出す赤い赤い影の昼
この爪が君は何でも掴み取れ守りたい大切なものなら
誰かを思ってないだよみたいなダイヤの花
守りたいものがあるんだもう二度としないはしない
鳴る響け誰より小さく破壊誰より多分なこのことは
みんな翼を引き裂けて登場無敵で素敵な衝撃刺激的な症状
誰もが自然と回り出す
神様だって踊り出す燃える会場燃える感情ほら愛の情
ピースエンジョイ時々日々の隙間目覚めようことだってあるだろうそんな時は目の前そっと出し続ける何かに
たまんないネタばっかり自負してじゃつまんない
そんなにハマって手抜き出せたった時のまでの僕ら
それなんてなってもいいのさそれなんてとべなくいいのさ
僕らこのバディがあればそんなにまだもないやりさ
君のつぶる魔法は
来年僕を熱く出る
ねえそれは自分でなんだだけども世界に花を咲かす定の闇を駆け抜けてくスプリン
愛と空すべて
トゲトルすべてが丸めねえすれしてらしてみたよ最 We've been led so far from the place it began. We'll break the light and dark, hit the road and take our stand. Yo, guess who's back? Everybody get down. Guess who's back? Hey, step up, step up. Shattered by fate consuming me, I'm falling down. That song we have built it in a harmony is a memory that's fallen out of reach. That sense of the body that guarded me, it caused my heart to beat just like a flickering dream. And nothing will touch the feeling that never ever leaves. I'll treasure the memory. I'll gamble and recklessly, igniting the air we reach. We'll break from our destiny. La 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 la. Till we see the future soldier run the tech.
いくつ涙を流したら Every heart 素直になれるだろう誰に思いを伝えたら Every heart 心満たされるのだろう長い長い夜に怯えていた遠い星に祈ってた巡る時の中で僕たちは愛を探している強くなりたいから今日も高い空見上げているどんな笑顔に出会えたら Every heart 夢に踏み出せるの人は悲しみの向こうに Every heart 幸せ浮かべて眠るいつか全ての魂が安らかになれるように巡る時の中で僕た
あの日守ると決めた約束はこの胸に全てを失うことで今救える命があるのなら夜くね全部をあげるこの気持ちが初めての生きがいだ傷跡は隠さないで絶望も武器にして生きると決めたんだよ精一杯この涙かき分けて君に全てをあげるからお願いどうか消えないでくれあの日守ると決めた約束はこの胸に消えそうな光だとしてもいいけ
You don't want Mark Month. Your points were giving willingly. We were there for cupcakes. Obey or be timed. There were no scams. It was paid out.
Yeah, nah, so what's up?
It was reset. The economy was reset.
Oh no.
Oh no, from before.
Oh,
Sebastian
no.
hasn't been on since. And yeah. What's wrong with y'all? Don't blame us, blame them.
Legitimately. I just come from a con. I'm not checking Twitter or Discord or anything. I was just like, hey, PG, are we it was like, yeah, we gotta do it. I'm like, what is yeah, Mark did My Hero. I'm like
And so we were gonna pick another one. He was like, all right, let's see if there's something here. And we listened to a little of it, and it was fine, whatever. And if it's not worth it, hey, this is on y'all. We're not doing the whole thing today. Period. Can't. DA has a hard out at 7. He has to go.
blame Chris.
Plus, I'd like not to watch the entire video on the same day it came out. For Triggered, I don't care. I don't respect Triggered. But for Mark, no. I'd rather not do that. Why are you doing this? Like I said, blame them. Mark was a tad bit close on. I don't want to hear anything about it. A Demon Slayer video from Mark probably is inevitable at this point.
Yes.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely.
For sure. Actually, let's blow this all the way up. The return of Mark Month. There was never an actual Mark Month. There was a mini Mark Month, like a small schism of a Mark Month. Thematic parallels and deconstruction. We don't deserve Mark Month, and it's for our own good. Yeah, Mark time. Next Mark. Demon Slayer Mark. Return to Mark Strikes Back. Yo, I'm now at Egghead, specifically a remake that I won't spoil. It's almost finished with One Piece as a whole. Also, would you rather have the string fruit, paw fruit, or Marco's fruit? Paw fruit.
Yeah. Even without the but then again,
The ability to travel anywhere at any time.
but you have to have been there.
No. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. But even then, stuff like taking the pain from somebody.
But that pain's got to go somewhere.
Yeah. You think a loved one wouldn't, like you're a nurse aide or something, and they wouldn't take some of that pain?
Well, we're divvying up pain.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of cool applications there. Mark Month 3, Revenge of Paneling. Mark Month, The Last Thematic Parallel. A My Hero Academia video with Mark sounds pretty interesting.
We're gonna do that paneling video of Mark one day.
One
Not
day.
as like a, hey, let's see, Mark, let's revisit this. No, just let's see what his thoughts are about paneling sincerely. So we can finally get that out the way. That'll come in Mark Month.
Let's see what he has to say for himself. That's like saying February 28th on, oh, that is actual day. By the way, did you decide about becoming a T23 member? We haven't talked about it since, but it's probably going to happen, honestly.
Don't worry about it. It's We're not just gonna be like, hey, we're gonna do. No, y'all just gonna be surprised at something that we do,
Or don't do.
or don't do.
BG scamming me. There was no scam. The economy was reset. Got bullied into streaming. High key.
100%.
High key, dude.
I had a good con. I was just like, yep, just chill. Nope. Mark gets stabbed essentially.
We are so back, yo. Sup, yo. BG scamming hard. He's just doing his job. Scam economy. My Hero Academia. You guys can't escape it.
It is.
Thank you, Hope, for re-upping to the bombs.
3 chapters left.
Thoughts on the recent One Piece chapters? They were good. I won't say too much since somebody is actively reading it. That's in the chat right now. Thank you, Carlo, for re-upping to the bums. Stop being a bum. Noah one time says I won 250 points and then it magically disappeared. You scam me. That has nothing to do with me. That's the bot. Didn't Mark one time comment on your videos? Yes, he did. Absolutely. Mark month is never happening. Hard ban. Mark month confirmed. Remember when I said how scared I was of Mark's opinion on AK Island arc? If I had to give a rating, it would be in the Hall of Infamy. Oh no, especially after Evangelion review.
There's so much good that I can't see how he doesn't say that it's just good.
Just stuff the pain bubble in a bug. Yeah.
No.
On a rat.
Well, you're still. Nah, that's not how it works.
I've been scammed. Why there's no scams? My Hero Academia is inevitable. Mark a day. All right. Let's call out the names. Let's get into this thing. What's up? Not you. Gabo, Hope, Jay, Carlo, Worf, Dutch.
Did you look at the fucking
Chris.
mirror, you stupid muppet?
Hi. Jay is both Jays, I guess. Priscilla, Sebastian, Neo. Are we all caught up? Are we all caught up in this? JCJ, yes. Anko came at the bottom. Victory Greymon Blaze. Blah 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 blah.
DA and BG.
Unbelievable. Yep. All right. So
Dutch says, you can give the pain bubble to criminals as punishment.
That is almost the literal definition of cruel and unusual punishment.
oh, no.
That is cruel and unusual. There is no rehabilitation. It's just cruciatas. Yeah. How you feel now? I feel angry at the world for giving me such pain. Well, how about some more?
Description boys, of course.
My Hero has been a series I've wanted to review for years. Why didn't you? And if we rewind the clock, this used to be one of my most anticipated animes to keep up with. But sadly, one day I just quit the show entirely. I have no clue as to why.
Universal Instinct Goku, Angel Seed Goku, Autonomous Dragon Force Goku.
Thank you for the super chat. So, hey, I was just watching this. Did I miss DA's chapter rant?
There was no chapter this week.
There was no chapter this week. And I think, well, we didn't talk about the last chapter because it came out on a week we didn't stream. What happened in the last chapter?
Spinner stuff.
Oh, Spinner stuff. Ugh.
I love the first 3 seasons, so my goal is to go one season at a time, analyze what makes the story work, along the way to rediscover my love for the story. Time to join Midoriya, Deku, All Might, Bakugo, and the rest of Class 1A as we embark on a mission to become the heroes at UA Academy. Music used. Timestamps. No Patreon. What are you doing, Mark? You're not selling yourself properly.
Here's all the covers he used. But just getting that out there because I did not know he had some in the description. But I will add them later on. Alright, let's get into it.
My Hero Academia is one of my favorite animes ever. Is what I would have said if this was 2019. Okay, let me explain. You see, many moons ago, I was actually a massive fan of My Hero Academia. I probably watched seasons 1 to 3 a million times each, and then
Agreed.
season 4 came out, and I just sort of stopped.
Oh, it's very weird.
It's objectively good.
It's very weird.
That just took me out for a second. to not go into the manga, just to watch the seasons, just rewatch them, and then just not go further into the manga. The manga only mentality always just sort
Anime
of
only.
Anime only. The anime only.
Notera
mentality
says,
just sort of always
great, we gotta hear this nigga's life story.
always.
Me a day one My Hero hater. Staying was garbage, and why did it take Deku so long to realize he can kick people?
This was Overhaul. Season 4 was Overhaul.
And I always say that's the start of it.
It's fine.
That's the literal start of it.
Don't worry.
I mean, even parts of season 3, I'd say were kind of because season 4 isn't very good. I could get into the reasons why, but it'd take a while. Ask us after the stream.
Why? Well, that's what I want to try to figure out. I personally doubt that it was something as simple as, I grew out of it, mostly because I was 28 when I stopped watching, not 12, and given that I am now 33 and thought a mustache was a good idea,
He looks a little rough.
That's
It's the anime life of gotta review, reading week.
Not even the anime life, just the YouTuber life. It's a lot of stress, especially when he's so dependent on another company just going, no, you can't do our stuff anymore, and it just completely took him out of it for a long time. Just awful stuff over there. As opposed to somebody doing quote unquote documentaries about YouTubers. All they need is footage of the YouTubers that's readily available online, and most of the time they're not gonna copy strike that type of stuff.
Can't enjoy things, just gotta make content. Yeah, so just imagine going, yeah, this manga's good. Maybe I should review it, and not just going into
Hi,
it
Zaldonic says,
just to watch
Yeah.
it.
get that dead squirrel off your face mark.
I have no room to talk about facial hair, but yeah, just because there's plenty of things that I'm reading and you're reading, I'm sure, that it's just like there's no revisiting in this.
No, absolutely not.
So let's recap the
I can go through my entire list.
I did
But
nothing
then
wrong.
there are things
Okay.
like I'm reading Chainsaw Man right now for the purposes of talking about it.
Yeah. And that's the only reason to do it on that aspect. Well, maybe one day you would have eventually read it, but you're only reading it at this moment because of this reason. And it's the same thing that happened with Naruto with me. Like, the entire reason I finally read that final war arc was for this channel. Otherwise, who knows
And
when I
now
would have.
we're all
And
better
Bleach
and
did.
more-
And it was the same for Bleach. I should have
You
just
fell off at the right time, though.
I read like 4 chapters of the 1,000-Year Blood War and went, nope.
Yeah, Comey. Yes, it's a good end.
Yeah, not even recent chapters, but chapters like 20 chapters ago, they were like, hey, Comey has this many friends and she only needs this many more. And that's basically the countdown to the end.
It's been going on for quite some time, and it's a good end.
Yeah.
can't exactly trust my own judgment either. This, therefore, makes My Hero Academia suddenly one of the strangest review series I have ever attempted. Because I've seen and
So
adored...
he has the mangas. But he just watched 1, 2, and 3 the seasons.
I guess so.
That's just, and this is before essentially the long form season to season or volume reviews. He did 2 My Hero videos, but they're just basic character analysis or whatever type of videos, which is fine. But there's no reason why. I would like to hear why he dropped off. I think. But then, are we going to hear why he dropped off, or are we going to hear Mark's interpretation of why Mark fell off? And then we're going to get, well, I've grown as a reviewer and now see things that I didn't see before with the
first 30% of the series, that portion's coverage will be more akin to my Ultimate Dragon Ball Z reviews, where I passionately and comprehensively break down exactly why I think this story is so brilliant, while also trying to iron out specifically how it functions. Whereas the latter 70% of the story will be entire.
But you have a good idea of where things, not a good idea, you know exactly where things are going in terms of Dragon Ball. So you can reference, oh, Vegeta and Goku are doing this here, and then they do it later in the future, so it ties back. So you can do that. You can only do this in the moment. And there's merits in that, but it can't be as comprehensive as something like your Dragon Ball video, because you don't have that knowledge. You're just going, yes, it does make sense for Bakugo to be angry at Deku here, and it feeds into his character, blah, blah, blah. about. But then you got to go into later stuff. Like, does it really make sense when he does the big apology and we don't really see that escalation of
entirely new to me, entirely blind. In the first half, I will feel like an expert, and as soon as I cross that threshold into the unknown, suddenly this series will transform into a singular mission to discover why I stopped, and in the process, hopefully, rediscover an old favorite I can read to completion. Oh yeah, also, I should mention, this will be my very first time reading the manga also, so I'm psyched to see what hidden surprises this has to offer in terms.
Okay, so that's why you have the manga. He's finally reading it.
no. But that video was from like 2 years ago where he showed off his manga and anime collection.
I don't think so.
That's what happened.
I don't think so.
In terms of bonus content not seen in the anime, as well as optimized pacing. But
There
despite
is
everything
almost nothing of value that was.
Hey, what
Left
does optimized pacing mean? Because
It means whatever you want it to be, baby.
because even
No
with
Terra
an
says.
anime,
This dude is so overdramatic. Talk about the show, you fucking dork.
because even with the pacing of the manga, you're not really exploring what makes pacing. You're just going, it's the more quick way to consume the material. Because if you're talking about something like anime, where it's 3-4 chapters maybe, you could probably squeeze 6 to 7 chapters in that same 4 and 5 of watching the anime. But even so, does that mean the pacing is better? Or is the
Dragon
optimal way to
Instinct
consume?
Goku, Dragon Instinct Goku, Dragon
Yeah, Turk.
Instinct Goku.
This is Mark. This has always been Mark. This is always gonna be Mark. You sign up for this.
Thank you for the super chat, Soul. Also, BG, I heard rumors that Nagatoro is getting a sequel about the adult relationship. But take this with a grain of salt. I only heard one person say it. So keep praying. I would sincerely hope so.
It's not gonna happen.
And I'm not getting my hopes up. I'll tell you that much. What's up, Game of D Thrones? Yeah, I'm just hoping. Like, hoping. We just
You
started
miss
that.
Mark stuff.
Yeah. He just explained the structure of this video, essentially.
I've just said, this series is going to require a superhuman effort to complete, but hopefully one that will be worth
A
it.
superhuman effort.
It's just a turn of phrase for being. He's talking
There
about
is-
superhero.
There's
It's
no
not that.
effort here. It
It's
is
not
just you're
that
reviewing
big.
the manga. I
It's-
understand that but come on now, just review the manga. Shut up.
Let him have some fun. with it.
No. Once you get past 30, you're not allowed to have fun anymore.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah, yep.
In the end, I'm Toy Nut Mark, and this is
Cyberman
my...
Wolf says, optimized pacing, in my opinion, is the practice of optimizing the pacing of manga to achieve maximum efficient stylistic paneling of your manga to draw in the reader's attention, in my opinion.
But that might be true. That might be what he means.
He's trying to figure out why he quit it, that because his whole thing was he loved the first 3 seasons, and then that 4th season, and he went, why am I no longer caring about this? Why do I no longer want to keep going?
attempt at going plus ultra for Kohei Horikoshi's superpowered shonen smash hit. This is my review for My Hero Academia Season 1.
Hire me to edit an AMV intro because it's just not on beat.
It's frustrating as an AMV editor watching these things.
While I can't recall why I stopped keeping up with My Hero Academia, I can, however, still viscerally feel why I fell in love with this story in the first place. Simply put, because it felt real, true to life.
All right, never mind. Never mind. I think we're T23 time.
Yeah, I
think
guess so.
Yeah, let's go.
Please
Negative 10.
please explain why it felt real, because everything feels real on some aspect. Like,
Please just go, man.
BGDA, where did My Hero Academia go wrong? I think it started going wrong for a lot of people when it was clear it was becoming the Bakugo show, and I think that started in the school festival arc, where it seems like it should be a Jiro arc, but it's kind of being pushed forward by Bakugo.
There's a slow downturn, but if you want to just a hard 180, now it is into the poop territory. It is Mirio coming back. It is
the
magician man going, I'm actually the grandson of this person that was only talked about one time, and Bakugo getting stabbed and not really done. It was just like
second half of War Arc.
Second half of War Arc, there was like a string of like 2 chapters where like 15 things happened and they were of no consequence, and it was just like, okay, well,
and Midnight Dead.
Now that might seem like a bold statement to assert at the
I was
forefront of an
Bakugo the focus of in SF
and School Festival. So what happens is Jiro has doubts about being able to articulate her music or put it to paper or showcase her feelings through it, and Bakugo's like, no, we just gotta do it, and then she gets inspired by him, and a lot of that starts becoming Bakugo inspires the person.
That could have been anybody.
It could have been anybody.
But it had to be Bakugo for some reason. They all turned to Bakugo and listened to how he developed and how everybody else can do it because of that.
Academic analysis of a superhero-themed traditional shonen, but believe it or not, that statement rings true no matter if the subject is Citizen Kane, My Neighbor Totoro, or indeed My Hero Academia. What bonds us, everyone, to these great stories oftentimes isn't the fantastical, but rather a hidden element within that we recognize in ourselves.
Judge says,
relatability.
"It should have been normal, dude."
That's what we're cooking.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
There's something here we relate to, hidden within.
Not exactly the way that I thought he would be going with this. My Hero is very easy to like.
Yes.
In the beginning, it's not a very intricate story. It's just, hey, here's a power, fight through school. They showcase people's ability. It's a pretty simple story, but it's easy to like. But we don't really need to tack on relatability into why we like it, because I didn't go into watch Deku and just like, dang, there are things that I couldn't do.
He liked me for
never like that. And there are people like that do have that mindset. But it's not this is why My Hero is likable.
Sometimes this ingredient can feel empowering. Sometimes it can make us feel deeply uncomfortable. But it's that ingredient.
That's a story emotionally resonating with you. It has nothing to do with we any aspect we see within ourselves that is reflected in the media that's being presented. It is truly just, hey, the series wants me to feel sad right now, and I'm feeling sad because I've connected with these characters and they've manipulated my emotions in a way to make me feel what they want me to feel at this particular moment. It's not really that much deeper than that.
That added relatability that transforms a collection of meaningless words into a story that moves millions around the world.
Unbelievable. You are putting way too much stock into relatability. Never
Dragon
cared.
Instinct Goku. Dragon Instinct Goku. Dragon Instinct Goku.
Dragon Instincts.
This was a slow burn for me, but it was Deku getting 6 more quirks. It started good, but after the war, and he had all my film. I was just like, okay, this is going to fumble the end.
I
Thank you for
remember
the
when
super
that
chat
happened. I was
soul.
just like, this can be handled well.
Yes.
But if it's not, it's going to be disastrous.
All right.
And
I'm
I think
not dead,
it's
but I
even
swear to
in
God, I wish I
the
fucking was.
podcast where that was said. And I think those are still episodes that are available where it's like, I'm waiting because it can be done.
The very first scene of any story is a uniquely important chance for any author to make a strong impression and establish the tone of their story. They might
But a lot of these you're showing aren't the first scene.
open with an action set piece, or more broadly try to shock
That's not the first scene of that story.
the
Kai
audience. Look
Zaldonic
at-
says, "The story would have been better if the villains were grayer in the beginning and more dark. They became completely black instead of being crazy killers from the beginning, for me."
I feel like there should have been a lot more stains of just like hero society is broken. And because of that, we need to cut out all the rot of it in order to blah, blah, blah. As opposed to, let's just destroy everything.
So, chapter 171. There is a panel of Jiro having her doubts. There are 5 pages of Bakugo talking to her, and on the 6th page, she's gonna do her best.
And that's what I mean by the Bakugo show. Because even though it's still framed as a big Jiro thing, you know, in the opening she gets all the in Star Maker she gets all the writing of the stuff, and it seems very centered around her. But the onus was on not the onus, but the catalyst was Bakugo for that thing.
That's you, Berserk. Whatever approach you choose to take, the first scene should on some level be emblematic or representative of what your story will ultimately focus on or look like into the future. With Attack on Titan, the story kicks off not in the present, but actually a scene slightly into the future of where the story starts proper, with Eren and the rest of humanity looking on in shock at the colossal Titan leering over the incubating and protective walls of Shiganshina. The narration goes on to describe how
But you gotta look at something like One Piece, where the first scene is just kind of pirates running around. It's not really what the story is.
I think the first scene is Gold Roger's execution.
Game of Deep
Yeah,
Thrones says,
okay.
why Hori can't keep characters like Mirio Stain Night Eye more?
He did keep them. They're there. They're chilling. Look,
Eren
he
feels
did.
like
Sun Eater did a big octopus cannon. Huh?
Yeah, I think Kaminari would have been a lot better of a choice there, especially since him and Jiro have a lot of moments together to begin with.
First scene is Roger getting executed.
Okay.
trapped
Yeah, I
lifestyle,
guess
which
so.
succinctly describes the driving motivation of the entire story, as well as introduces the forces that keep that goal out of reach for Eren.
Angel
It's a
Essence Goku, Dragon Instinct Goku, Spirit Saiyan Goku, Primal Instinct Goku.
I just got here and is this the fabled Mark month? No,
What do
shut
you
up.
think?
Shut up.
fascinating hook and tells us exactly what the story is about. My Hero Academia takes an entirely different approach, but achieves the same result.
ヒーロー気取りかでけ
In the manga, the opening scene is one singular page, and in the anime, it occupies less than a minute of screen time. But with it, Horikoshi emphasizes that while superpowers are going to be a component of this story, they won't be the focus. On this opening page, Midoriya
The entire catalyst of the war is the power that Deku has, and All for One wanting it all. I kind of think it is the focus.
Wouldn't more of the focus be people not being born equal? I'd say that.
Which would lead into the villains, because they're not born equal,
Yeah,
and then the
and then
racism arcs.
The
and-
society and how they're treated in society and how they want a new society. I think that would be more of the
Yeah.
this is where the story is going, because that was the League of Villains whole thing. All for One. At the end of the day, he wanted his brother / he also wanted to be some grand quirk dealer around the world or something. He's awful.
Wait, how far is Mark into My Hero Academia? Mark is at the end of Overhaul. As far as we know, he has not read or watched anything further.
Remember when Horikoshi talked about the two kids in that scene became no moves? Yeah. And what became of it? It is just what emotion was he trying to get from us? These bullies are now some brain dead zombie things. We don't know their names. We don't know anything about them. Oh, that's all you can say.
Deku and Bakugo knew them, and now they're hurt, I guess.
helplessly tries to defend a kid from figuratively and literally more powerful people than himself. And alongside that visual, Horikoshi houses the text, "People are not born equal."
Then that's, yes.
Yeah.
That's the
This
story.
seems more about less about the quirks part
But
of it.
to be fair, he might be talking about this.
But it could also be bravery in the face of overwhelming odds is the entire thing. It's a lot of things that it could be with this one scene. It's not just the quirks.
Creating a somewhat cynical atmosphere. But then we turn the page. Using that somber commentary, Horikoshi primes us and transitions perfectly to Midoriya in the present day as he looks on wide-eyed at this amazing superhuman battle taking place. With the text now reading, "But that was my first and last setback."
It
This
wasn't.
page turn-
he had a few setbacks
Yeah,
there.
no. He was told to LTG himself.
He was told by his hero, "Hey yo, you can't be a hero."
You gotta cook it another way if you catch my drift. Slice a spatula.
Is My
Unknown
Hero
Gaming XL says, Deku went from quirkless to 1 to 6 and then back to quirkless. Full circle.
And
baby.
he doesn't care.
Yet, it's coming.
Academia, to push through negativity and to never stop believing in your dreams. This is the element of My Hero Academia that feels personal and true to real life. Very little about the setting itself is realistic, but what it has to say about the power of the human spirit is more powerful than any superpower it depicts.
But what there's a lot of shows with a lot of don't give up attitude.
One for all, full cowling, Detroit Smash!
One Piece, it's just like the One Piece is an unfindable thing. It's been lost for all these years, and Luffy's just like, yeah, I'm gonna do it though.
Wait, they were? Why are their
Cup
quirks
life,
even that good?
100%.
Hey.
Live the life of the cup.
They were just probably just around, but
Thank you for
All
Super
for
Chat
One
Soul.
also has some predilection towards children, because he was just like, hey, you guys, jump into the street so that Shigaraki can save you and want to be a hero. And then they did.
Dude,
It's so
it's gonna hit like crack.
my goodness.
Speaking of LTG, he just like the anime fathers for real, for real.
See ya. His favorite anime is Hunter x Hunter.
大体ヒーロー化志望だよね。先生、そのざわざ
I'm just pausing.
わがもぶたるゆえんだ。あのオールマイトをも
I'm just pausing.
超えて、俺はトップヒーローとなり、必ずや。
That's a lot of this scene being played, Mark.
What does he think it takes to be the top hero? Because All Might is carrying some 13, 14 people easily and smiling. Bakugo is demon time.
Hey, it's been a while.
But Bakugo physically cannot do that.
Yeah.
So how does he think he's gonna surpass him? He's
In
gonna
strength.
surprise him in, he can't surprise him in strength.
Nope, that's
100% not.
Nope,
He
that's
can't
not-
surpass him in saves, because that goes into All Might can jump all the way across the town. And it took him until he
Silverheart
got the
Soul
gauntlets.
Ah, so we should be calling him All for disrespect. Our drive for all.
No! We're not allegedly.
There's no
Allegedly.
He admitted to this. But thank you
until-
for the super chat, Nabi the GOAT.
Until Bakugo got his gauntlets, he could not travel in the air. So he would be taking a bus to save people. What did
We're
he
still talking.
Where does this come from? That's all.
Will Mark cover Vigilantes? Absolutely not. Unless it gets an anime.
Now that we've gotten a
What
taste
was
of
that glorious music? It was the combination of an April Fool's joke. I just commissioned somebody to do a jazz music, and then
A jazz cover of Demon Time.
and then no, the jazz music was just jazz music.
Oh,
I
okay.
just like the jazz music. And then I had another person I had to commission, they would just go, could you just sing Demon Time over this? And he did fantastically.
And DA's eating a muffin like EDP 445 after he got caught and did his muffin thing. And that's the clip that plays. And it happens when someone donates $4.45.
You're gonna get done up by your bank again.
Thank you. Yo, why are you sending this? Thank you for the super chat. Not me the GOAT.
who Midoriya is, we then get introduced to one of the most important people in his life and this story, Katsuki Bakugo.
He stinks. Bakugo, with all my heart, stinks.
I wonder if his feelings are gonna change towards him, because he had that positive video.
The same bully from the very first page, now having grown up with a supposedly
Moon
spectacular
Spice
quirk,
says, I really think no one feels sorry for Mark anymore now for him getting copyrighted.
I think he's doing it a little bit in excess these days because he can block Japan, so he's able to get off on these longer scenes without worry. Yeah.
seemingly a shoo-in for the most
A-holes won't be like he should be aware of that and be careful when writing them if they are going to be heroes. Yeah, but then that just gives them a chance to redeem themselves
And
by
redeem
just going.
he does. Yet number one in every popularity poll. I think not the first one, but I might be mistaken on that.
prestigious hero school in the country, UA High School, unlike the quirkless Midoriya. In many ways, Bakugo represents everything our protagonist wishes he could be. He's confident, powerful, and a natural when it comes to combat. And fittingly,
But he's an a-hole. He sucks.
He stinks.
Would you rather be a quirkless, nice person who does their best, or somebody just like, I'm the best and I'm gonna beat the #1 hero 50 years running based upon my explosion quirk?
introduction here comes packaged alongside a reminder to Midoriya why his dream is little more than a fantasy. Much like rival characters have shown in past and present, Katsuki Bakugo is an active inversion of the story's main character, Midoriya.
We gotta stop with these thematic opposites.
Active inversion instead of a passive inversion. Huh?
I don't know what this means.
Everything from their design, with Bakugo's bright spiky hair contrasting harshly with Midoriya's dark, soft, wavy locks, to their respective expressions, to the foundations of how they view the world. To Bakugo, being at the top of the class is of paramount importance because he values strength above all else. He wants to be the best, and he doesn't want Midoriya to even think he can compete in any way because he is weak.
Unknown Gaming XL says, Mark, why do I get cooked by the copyright? Use his whole anime clips.
Uses a whole episode. We're done.
Emptied the clip.
We're also done with Bakugo, I guess. He is the inversion, whatever he said, of Deku. Yes, very clear. Thank you. And he wants to be strong.
When is What If Wednesday? Never. T23 Tuesday? Never. Now watch he drops the tournament of Goku on a Tuesday.
Watch it.
All Might is this story's symbol for justice and peace. He is the hero of
I love that shit. Yes, understandable.
this world, and it's reflected in our introduction to him. Everything from what he says to how he's drawn is evocative of those old Western-style comic book superheroes, full of vigor and poise, always powerful enough and ready to show up just in the nick of time to save the day. Horikoshi loves to draw character pages between chapters here, containing basic info like their birthdays, heights, and some fun factoids about them that aren't disclosed in the story. It's just something to add flavor. But what he does with All Might here, it's such a wonderfully fun and creative way of showing us that this
Why did only the girl get the house clothes? Everyone else got civilian clothes, walking about clothes.
That's fine.
Dragon Instinct Goku, Dragon Instinct Goku, Dragon Instinct Goku.
To the top. How does what he said sound like a hero? Heroes are strong. That's it. Thank you for the super chat. So
Our brothers have watched the Diamond Knight rewrites.
yes,
Hi Zaldonix
they've
says,
fallen off.
I want to give a good example of an asshole. Lloyd Frontera. He actually has a heart of gold, but his reputation thinks he is planning something and I don't trust him.
We're looking it up now. We didn't need to know Lohi's red, but that bit was good. Yeah, it's just a little bit of characterization within the story. It's not gonna lead to anything. It's not gonna do anything, but it's nice to have that little bit.
Never heard of this anime.
What is it called?
The Greatest Estate Designer.
Nope. Sounds fun.
I'm gonna take
character
your word
is
on that.
larger than life and indeed the page he's drawn upon. Naturally, then,
It's a
Midoriya is
manga, that's
dumbfounded
fine.
at the chance that's literally fallen out of the sky to meet his lifelong hero. But what's fascinating about this world's symbol for heroism Horikoshi's designed is that he's just that, a symbol.
Why would you not showcase the design part of him, of just how he's so different from everybody, that he had even the how he's drawn is different. That's how much he stands above everybody.
Or stands out from
You
everybody.
you look at him and just go, there's something different about this guy if you line up 100 characters next to him. But you know.
Faced with his childhood hero, the one who inspired him to shoot for his dreams in the first place, having been told he's too weak by his schoolmates, having been given no encouragement by his doctors, and after his own mother having given up hope for her own son, Midoriya, one last time, gathers the courage to solemnly ask his idol if he can truly become a hero even if he doesn't have a quirk.
I
And to
thought
that,
he was gonna go further into the simple thing
Yeah.
of how on the outside he's smiling and on the inside he's suffering. Something I thought, because I was getting ready to talk about it, and
Nami the goat says,
Thematically
why is All
subverted
Might
you.
still alive?
Why is he?
why didn't he go further into that? He just goes, that's all he is, a symbol. You would think that there's something else that would come. I expected too much.
A married couple. I recommend more than a married couple, but we're not.
When I say he can become a hero given all the tech stuff in the world, or have All Might just be like, look, you don't want to become like me. I'm the greatest, and I can be hurt like this. You even with super armor and stuff would get decimated in a couple years. Just go off, be safe, be happy, and I will protect you. Have it be like that instead of All Might just going, no, lol, you, the state of you.
Oh, I hate that manga. More than a married couple, I hate that manga. I hate it. I'm like 20 chapters behind in it, and it's one of those where I was just like, I just don't want to read this anymore. It's the circular nature of trying to come to terms with his feelings from both the character he actually likes and the character he's kind of starting to like. And both, it's just so weird that they're both at the exact same time starting to realize their feelings for each other as opposed to the person they were initially crushing on. And then it's just like, I could just see where it's going for the next like 50 chapters of slowly realizing, and then there's probably going to be a date with the actual crush where he realizes no, he actually cares for the character he's saying.
We're on a time limit.
Blah, blah,
We're on
blah.
a time limit.
Yeah, BG, read, dun, you bums. It is on the list. Thank you for the super
I
chat.
currently have it downloaded.
All Might says no. However, much like this story's first inspirational page turn, following this soul-crushing revelation from All Might comes one of the most uplifting and inspirational
But-
scenes.
When you think about All Might as a character, why would he say that?
Probably maybe to protect him.
But again, like I said, if you're gonna do that, do what I said and just go, it's a rough world out there. You gotta be the best of the best, and even still, you can get done up. But All Might, who is this very altruistic person who wants to help people, even in his weakened state, he's just like, I can only do this an hour a day or 2 hours or however long. But he does it as much as he can.
And yeah, what would have happened with Deku if it was literally any person that wasn't Bakugo that had gotten caught? Because the only reason he turned around was because it was Bakugo.
From this entire first season. An aspect of what makes this story's opening function is the contrast it creates between Midoriya and pretty much everyone else. While almost every single character in the story is more naturally gifted than Midoriya, they, particularly All Might in this instance, also lack something Midoriya has abundance of. An endless passion and a clear sense of what is right and wrong. And it's here, with both Midoriya and All Might having stumbled across this monster attacking Bakugo, we finally get to see Midoriya's true power, his heart.
Cameron Bailey says, All Might does say this, but he's also not that good with emotionally speaking, if that makes sense.
What?
That was a crazy play.
Okay, yes, he does say it.
Okay.
Pros always laying down their life, so I can't bring myself to tell you can do it even without a quirk. Okay, I just forgot that.
My hero cooking.
Midoriya sucks physically, but when it comes to passion and having his heart in the right place, no other character in this story even remotely comes close. All Might is this universe's Superman, a symbol that tells the world that no matter how horrible a situation is, there is always hope, and yet, when faced with the attack on Bakugo, he just wastes time, cursing his own lack of ability in the moment as he stands idly by, this young kid in danger, losing the battle for his life. But Midoriya, when faced with a circumstance he is no more...
Detroit Smash!
It's okay to be confused.
Watch chapter 1420. Blackbeard will find Law, poison him, and give him bread covered with the antidote. won't have to eat it. He hates to live. And that's the will of D. They better not do some stupid shit like that. Thank you for the super chat. So it just comes into play at the very end.
But here he goes. Deku has the most heart of anybody. We've not really seen that outside of this moment, and like you said, it's just because of it was Bakugo. Would he have done that if we had seen other instances of him just helping people without a quirk or without knowing
Sebastian
them?
says,
Putting himself
"Are
into
you guys
danger.
ready for tonight? We have been waiting for a year for this One Piece episode."
You can say we've been waiting for a year for a lot of episodes.
I don't even know what episode this is gonna be.
Kid versus Hanks.
Oh, okay, that's gonna be cool.
Than any other onlooker to contend with, he doesn't see this bully who has tormented him his entire life. He doesn't even think to wait for another hero to step in. Instead, his legs simply moved without thinking. Oftentimes, our real lives become
Thank you, Isaiah, for re-upping to the bone.
complicated, distracting us with the noise of our disappointments. Disappointments that make us always look inward at our shortcomings and failures. But Midoriya is Horikoshi's wish for all of us.
No. You can't say that without some level of showing that in an interview or something. And even so, again, Midoriya was just sitting there until he saw Bakugo, and then he ran. Again, does he do that if it's anybody else? I cannot say he would have, especially since he was ready to turn around like, hey, the heroes are gonna handle this. I personally truly don't know. Oh yeah, Garp episode is gonna go nuts.
But like I said, if we had seen him doing this other times, we would have this indication of this is his character. But that would have also made this moment hit less.
Divine Instinct Goku, Ultra Essence Goku, True Divine Essence Goku.
I guess you could say, I need to work, but I need to hear music part.
Good luck.
Super chat, not me. I guess you could say in the beginning, him protecting the child might speak a little bit to that, but it's clear that there's no real danger to the child. He's just being picked on, as opposed to you're just gonna get hurt, Deku. We're just gonna hurt you. Whereas this villain may very well kill you. So I can't say that.
And there's other people around, as opposed to in the earlier situation, there was only him and the kid around, and they were getting picked on. So it's a lot here
To hold on to those ideals and never lose.
They've actually cut down a lot of the effects for Egghead. Wano was crazy with them, but I saw a couple clips of Egghead and I went, I can understand what's going on in this fight. Thank you for the super chat, Isaiah.
no better.
You truly do know better. But at least there's a true reward for it.
Sight of what's really actually important. And more than that, that quality doesn't go unnoticed. All Might's ethical priorities and passion for the job are called into question only to then be
I'm not
reignited
gaming
by
XL says, Vessels, lend me your power against all for one cuz I'm getting cooked. All Might.
Oh no, it wasn't established yet. Not a thing.
It didn't build up enough energy to be unlocked
Or whatever.
because that's what happened. It kept getting passed on, and that
It's so
energy kept.
stupid.
Dragon Instinct Goku, Dragon
Stop
Instinct
giving us
Goku,
money!
Dragon
To
Instinct
the top.
Goku.
Why did that kid become Deku's friend? Thank you for the super chat, Soul. Or why didn't he? Couldn't
Yeah, that's
tell
a
you.
good question.
Couldn't tell you.
Midoriya in perhaps the single best establishment of a main character I've ever seen. These are the actions.
What?
All Might's ethical priorities and passion for the job are called into question only to then be reignited by Midoriya in perhaps the single best establishment of a main character I've ever seen. These are the actions that make a hero, distilled once again so beautifully.
But again, he was walking away. Like, we can't ignore these things. Would it have been the same if it wasn't Bakugo or somebody he knew? I can't say that. Are we getting Black Clover month? I don't know if there's enough videos to cover Black Clover.
Yeah.
I'd love to do more Black Clover videos, especially for the beginning stuff, if they were aping off of the stuff that Giggix said.
By Horikoshi into a single succinct exchange. Time and again, Midoriya has been reminded that he isn't good enough to be a hero, that at young ages, heroes that are meant to be heroes demonstrate signs of greatness, and that he seemed to lack that. But now, walking home, Midoriya, dejected, is confronted once again by All Might, who begins to say that very same thing he's always heard, only this time
君はヒーローになれる
It's at this moment I want to draw your attention to something I have purposely avoided pointing out. Something that has already been alluded to both in the
What is it, Mark?
It jump off the bridge? Take a hop off that building?
manga and in the anime. And that is that this entire story has already happened. That what we are seeing through these text boxes are not current events, but a retelling of a certain
Leo
story
Luster
from a
says,
point.
classic Mark over inflating a moment because he's a basic white boy who went to college that one time.
He enjoyed his college. The panel's off. Tell us more.
Point of view of the world's strongest hero. And that hero is Izuku Midoriya.
As a man that has read basically the entire series, I don't see why. I don't see what he did.
Because he went into the mind of a mother and punched a man that was in his mind.
Another mother.
Yeah. He and 9 people curb stomped some old guy. He's the greatest. In this gamer's mind, they curb stomped an old man. What?
This is unquestionably a near perfect opening to the story, one I would dare venture to say couldn't be made better. Entirely emblematic of what is to come, beautifully illustrated, powerfully expressed, and profoundly emotional. And to think, we're only just getting started. So, we've explored what makes someone, anyone, a hero. Powers or not, which is such a wonderfully inspirational note to conclude this introduction with. Comforting and evocative of the many superhero films produced in the West today like Captain America: The First Avenger. However, I think the direction Horikoshi took this series in comparison to Marvel's approach with Captain America strikes at the core of what sets this series apart. While I adore Steve Rogers' story, Midoriya doesn't simply get into a machine and come out the other end
Unknown
jacked to the
Gaming
nines.
XL says, Vessels, y'all gotta lend your powers cuz I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting cooked. All night.
Please.
That's not.
Yeah, that's not fair.
Yeah, that's not a fair comparison, really. Because I understand Deku's body couldn't take it, but it's simply a different story. But in essence, the same thing is happening. Yeah, I don't. Let's see anything here.
Yeah, let's say in the beginning of the story he could bench press 100 pounds, and now he can bench press 200 pounds because he worked at it. Does that mean that he's better because he worked harder at it? I don't. He's still getting the power, and outside of the very end where it's just like, well, your body isn't acclimated to All for One, so it's messed up. We don't really. He just goes, you need to build up your body. But even though he built up his body, it was still hurting him. So why did he need to build up his body? Does the power work better because he's more muscular?
No, his body is just better able to handle it.
But it's not.
Just think of how it would be if he didn't do those things.
What, would his arm fly off?
Probably.
Instead, he has to train intensely for 10 whole months, yielding admittedly stark but still modest results compared to Captain America and to where he needs to be in order to wield this power he's been given.
But again, this whole training thing, it happens in like 15 minutes
Dutch
of an
says,
episode. It's very...
If Deku didn't train his arm fly off, All Might says TJIS.
It'd be no different than... It's no different than going... and Batman trained for 18 years in the League of Shadows. Like, okay, we got to see like 5 pages of the training, and then it goes, all right, and he did this for 18 years. That doesn't really matter to me at the end of the day.
Which brings me nicely to my next point. I think this decision to have Midoriya's quirk be one that he inherits rather than be something he's born with or can call his own was an inspired choice. Naturally, it comes packaged with the standard learning to use your powers stuff that all superhero movies do, but what I found interesting was how this learning curve was approached in the story and how it almost ends up defining Midoriya's character. When Captain America emerged from that machine, at first he's a little awkward, but within minutes comes to grips and starts to feel one with his new power set. When it comes to Midoriya, however, and his first use of his powers, this isn't the case.
Because his body, it simply can't handle the maximum output of it. the same thing happened with Miles Morales, where he's just breaking things. You see it a lot in the superhero movies, where like the first Spider-Man, the initial one, Sam Raimi's, where he's just breaking doorknobs and stuff. He's not used to the power, and it takes quite a bit of just kind of exploring what he can do before he gets even quasi used to it.
So he does say that his arms would fly off and be blown to bits.
Yeah,
how did you know that?
Exploded.
How did you know that?
It happened to a previous
No, it
user.
didn't.
Yes, it did.
T-Rex
You don't know
525
that.
says,
Literally
it's still
did
funny
not.
Deku wants to be a hero so badly but did absolutely no training to become said hero. At least Steve Rogers had a medical condition, so being so skinny.
You can't do anything without Quirk. Yeah, there's nothing inherently wrong with either portrayals. I don't think either is inherently better than the other. I just don't like that Mark is kind of propping it in a position to say that it's a better way of going about, or that it's an inspired way to go about it, because it's just a different way of going about the same result. Captain America hopped in the machine, he became super strong, and now his body's used to his work. Deku had to train to get the power he's going to inherit, but it kind of breaks his body when he does it. And if Deku had used his brains from the jump, it probably would have helped. He probably could have handled this situation, because let's not forget, 2 arcs from now, he's gonna get an analogy, and all of a sudden he knows how to use
Dragon
this.
Instinct Goku, Dragon Instinct Goku, Dragon Instinct Goku.
This is crazy. I just rewatched that. It's so f***ing good. Deku, that's how I became the greatest hero and lost all my powers, but killing an evil old man inside of a slightly less evil gamer and punching them to dust, also with their brother and grandmother's help respectively. Thank you for the super chat, soul. Legit, just
Hey, Lizard Man, he was kind of cool at the end. That's what he wanted me to tell you. Shigaraki wanted you to tell me. You're Spinner, right? Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know y'all names.
Yeah, he said that he was the coolest guy. I don't know what that means. Maybe you know what that means, but good luck.
The entrance exams of My Hero Academia are of paramount importance for Midoriya to achieve his dreams. But there's more writing on his success here too. He's been given an incredible mantle to carry, and with it comes certain expectations. He doesn't just want to become a great hero, he needs to carry on All Might's legacy. And to do that, he needs to pass this test, at the very least, one he clearly...
No, he doesn't. He can go to another school.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to go to this one.
You don't even really need to go to school. You just be taught about All Might.
is not prepared for. Where Captain America's first chase scene allowed him to demonstrate his physical prowess with confidence and grace, eventually, Midoriya's flaws are exposed.
But see, you slid that eventually in to go, okay, he wasn't like that.
Hi Zaldonix says. And the comparison is a bit bad. Steve got the strength of 10 men and Deku got the power to destroy mountains with one punch. I'm just saying.
Yeah. He can access the abilities to punch down a mountain as opposed to just being, hey, really, really strong.
On top of that, you look at something like that. This is an anime that is gonna go on for whoever knows how long the story, as opposed to a movie who has 2 hours to tell their story. And Deku starts getting confident after like the 4th use of his powers.
It's more of a coming of age story as opposed to fight this villain and win and get to the Avengers.
Like a nerve in this exam, not the least of which being his lack of self-belief and confidence, traits which led to others disregarding his presence early on like Bakugo and Ide, and in him accruing
Ide? I don't think that's how you say that name. I don't think that's...
And this isn't even a thing where he read the manga, so he's confused. He's only watched the anime. How do you not know how to say Ida?
But that, number one, that was a long time ago. Number two, he is now reading the manga. But he did watch it a million times, according to
several times the first 3 seasons.
So you would think that he would be able to. It's fine.
0 villain points by the time the clock runs out. However, that wasn't the only way one could gain points in
this. Is quasi synopsis, Mark.
Yes, it is.
This is flowery language synopsis, Mark.
It is. But that's what we discovered a lot of, or at least a couple of his One Piece ones were as well.
this exam. Where Captain America successfully chased down an enemy.
says. Plus, Steven has military training before becoming a super soldier.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, he just All Might just kind of throws him to the wolves.
Because never forget, All Might sucks. He sucks as a mentor.
100%.
He sucks as a teacher. He sucks.
He just went, go.
Just
He
do
didn't
it.
go, okay, jump 10 feet. Now jump 15 feet. Feel that little incremental amount.
Now jump the highest you can. Understand the difference, the way your muscles work. Because when this happens, now you're going to be jumping 100 feet, 150 feet, and 1,000 feet. You have to understand.
Here's a brick. Squeeze until it breaks. And then once it breaks, it's just like, okay, stop. Feel that presence. Remember this feeling. Something. But he just goes, good luck.
You can do it, young Midoriya. I believe in you. All right, here's my teacher. Within 8 hours, you have learned how to utilize this 1,000 times better. So your body isn't broken to pieces every time you use it. And now this is going to become the staple of your ability for the rest of the series.
So it was clean up the beach, and then he just goes, you completed it in the last couple of seconds. You crossed the finish line. You couldn't have just been like, all right, you got it. 2 days before that, just to be like, okay, here.
So let me start teaching you.
He just went, do it. He knows how destructive that is.
Pizza Steak says. By increasing his yapping levels, Mark changes his form to Synopsis Mark.
Batman can be anybody with prep time is crazy. That was a crazy video.
All Might sucks so much that Hori had to bring his former teacher in because he sucks. Yeah, it's just, you would think that he would be able to just go, here's how it feels, or be able to properly explain it, but he just goes, build up your muscles, get on out there.
Let's
Show the
do it.
world.
Let's
Show
do
the
it.
world. You're him.
Where Captain America successfully chased down an enemy.
See, this isn't cool, this comparison, because you're trying to make it feel like this is different, and because it's different, it's better in your eyes because it's doing things a little bit deeper than that surface level of what happened with Captain America. How it becomes so, it becomes almost easy for analysts, YouTubers, to go, unlike this thing, this is doing
Yes.
it. This is doing this thing, but better. And because of that, it is good. It doesn't make it good. It doesn't make it bad. It just makes it doing that thing differently and or better in your eyes. How about just explaining why this is good, absent of another thing you don't think is as good?
You're just bringing that down, because that's something I started to realize a lot with DSP and his reviews. Anytime he goes, this is good, he always have to go, but this is bad over here. Unlike this though. And he does that so much. See
Midoriya
that in a couple of weeks.
saved a young girl's life, Uraraka, from an enemy.
Her reaction time is outrageous. Her hand should have been broken. A lot of things should have happened there.
Uraraka?
Cameron Bailey says.
Excuse me?
TBDAM being horrible at teaching, but learning how to be a good one is a nice arc.
Uraraka?
Excuse me? What about it? Is there something? But yeah.
Uraraka.
We should have gotten more of him learning
For sure.
about how to be a good teacher.
Because what we get is, hey, pass the test or else you're cooked. And then they basically go on that trip where you have to beat a bunch of villains. Like, where is the learning in UA? How much learning do we see?
You got like the students versus the teacher, where it was purposely done where I have your weakness, and therefore you got to overcome a grand weakness in order to save blah blah blah.
And then you got the teachers versus the students versus the students, where one's a hero and one's a villain, get the rocket type thing. But again, all these are pertaining to things like battle. I don't know how much of learning hey, limitations of your power. And I understand that it's different for Deku because I would assume leading up to that there were tests and how to control your powers and such and
For
such.
basic kindergarten.
And Deku didn't
apparently
get
not.
that because it just got its power, so it kind of ravages his body.
Silverheart Soul
But
says,
at that point,
"You're welcome. I'll keep sending you 2 Mark One Piece videos until y'all do the whole Enies Lobby or Thriller Bark videos
no,
because they are the best.
thank
Worst.
you. No, thank you. Dang, what did I just say? And you would think that Eraserhead, who knows about All Might, or All Might himself, would take Deku to the side and just go, I'm gonna teach you.
Supplemental lessons.
Yes.
Don't just throw them in there just like, all right, Quirk training, throw this ball.
Everyone was told was worth 0 points. With dwindling seconds on the clock, Midoriya sacrificed his remaining time and health to make sure this young girl was safe. What I love about this is that, yes, it wraps up Midoriya's entrance exam with a thematically appropriate twist that suits his character.
Good old Mark.
One of these days, we're gonna have to collect all the thematic things people have said. Thematically opposite, thematically appropriate,
Pretty easy.
thematic
with,
inverse.
the transcripts.
Cause whoa.
Big punch equals success. Thematically appropriate themes.
I hate that moment because robots can clearly cause destruction and would be a threat, but they're worth nothing. So you could have the moment of, oh, he
Nami the
sacrificed
Goat
all the
says,
points he would have
Theme
had.
Mark versus Music Mark, which is worse?
We've only encountered Theme Mark, so we've only had a taste, a smidge of Music Mark.
Why is there no theme soundbite? Why is there no theme? There should have been definitely a theme emo for today. I dropped the ball on that one.
Yeah, but who would I use for a theme thing?
There's so many choices.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like,
You're drowning in choices.
which one would I use?
Character, but it also exposes a growing sense of imposter syndrome he needs to contend with, constantly referring to All for One not as his power, but instead a borrowed power. We know this not to be true, of course, that Midoriya has in fact proven himself and earned the respect of All Might, and even during his entrance exam demonstrated that his selection was justified, but there still remains one...
If there wasn't this, what if his arms had blown off? You don't know the threshold because he just barely did it 3 hours before the test. This was his first instance of using it, and he used 100% of the power. It's just purely and simply, boy, I hope this works out.
Nux is still more of a theme monster than Mark. All of them BG. No, All Might says just do it. Eraser says do it or fuck off pussy. Drowning in themes make the emote look like water.
That could work. Kind of like
glaring issue: his explosive power's impact on his comparatively weak body.
8種目トータル成績最下位のものは見込みなしと判断し除籍処分としよう。
Oh, hello, attention! So, now that we're in school, finally, I want to take this as an opportunity to divide the remaining portion of this season and video into 3 distinct sections, or rather events. These 3 events are the Quirk Assessment Test, Battle Training, and finally, the Rescue Training. In addition to offering exposure to the secondary characters, villains, and the growing weight of responsibility.
it does not. Do not fool yourself. What do we learn about Tail Guy here? Come on now. There is a ship going on with Tail Guy and Invisible Girl.
Yep.
Strictly because of this. You know why? Because they don't interact with anybody else and they happen to interact with each other
Eyes
here
Aldonic
and now.
says, Deku and others with power control issues should get special training instead of just being ignorant of it for a whole season and letting it destroy their bodies.
Yes. But no.
It's
It's just because we don't know what it looks like for like rudimentary Quirk training. We don't know what other people got. The kindergarten teacher was just at her wit's end. We're just this month with a cannon mouth was just bawling like it was no tomorrow. So
what is she to do?
What is she to do? What is she to do with the cannonball muff, razor fist, flame breathing, all in one class?
Honestly, Eraserhead should be handling those types of kids.
But he can't be everywhere all at once. So you would think it'd be like, okay, bodily mutation quirks. You will be in a class with a teacher who knows how to handle that thing. Strength augmenting quirks. You will be in a class with people who know how to handle
Flame was, and then even the Ascensus could be like flame retardant, where they're not hurt by heat. And then we've got somebody that can control flames, or somebody that at least knows about the control of an element.
Because what do you do to make Mount Lady not grow to 30 stories tall in the middle of a class when she's just mad? Because that is an option.
Yeah, what happens with these kids throwing tantrums at like 6 at home? Like, what happens if Bakugo throws a tantrum?
What happens at a gas station? These are distinct possibilities, and we just don't know enough about the world to know, hey, what up with that, though?
The Midoriya needs to shoulder.
My lady never went to school? Then why is Deku in school?
Yeah, why is Deku there? I don't understand that. I don't get that one.
Unless it's just a joke. But this could be a Vigilantes thing that I don't know about.
Characters, villains, and the growing weight of responsibility Midoriya needs to shoulder, all 3 of these upcoming scenarios serve unique purposes within the story. First up, the Quirk assessment tests. There is a secret sauce to this story that makes My Hero Academia so effective and successful.
Sarah, Jay. I locked in. Don't worry about it.
My view. And that secret sauce, I think, is Horikoshi's application of internal conflict in opposition with external conflict.
That's the story! That's most anime and manga! What are we talking about? How many times do we see internal conflict and external conflict?
That's kind of what happened with Rukia, where it was just like, this is the laws and everything.
What are we talking about?
Unknown Gaming XL says,
He could be killed.
why is Telekinesis Girl not a hero? Put her on the field.
Put her on the field! Get her out!
She can only float small things, and she's got a bunch of hair, which causes her to... It's no... Don't worry about it.
Now, internal and external character conflicts might sound like a bunch of literary mumbo-jumbo, and...
Why are you just now recognizing the literary mumbo-jumbo when you essentially made your entitled channel based off of that?
On top of that, you're not going into, now I know every story has this. Like, look at something like Trigun, where the internal conflict of, hey, I don't want to kill anybody, and then the external conflict of, if you don't kill this bad person, I'm gonna kill everybody in this town. You either kill me or I kill everybody. How is that not internal and external conflict that eventually leads into a whole depression arc that he needs to get over?
Usopp walking up and crying about the Kuro thing and just wiping it away and just going, I gotta lie again. But I'm lying even though it's the truth. It happens a lot, Marky.
Y'all don't know the 3 Ps? What's that?
I don't want to know the 3 Ps, and I never will learn the 3 Ps. I will not allow him into my mind further than it needs to be. No, absolutely not. Every time I've watched those, which has only been once, I skip that beginning because it's worthless. I don't need to hear about Dritz. Oh, I was but a young child when I started One Piece, and the 3 Ps. Get out of here. I remember the 4 circles in a box. I just remember the visual of the 4 circles in a box, and I remember the graph guy in his sliding like over here with the worst graph of all time.
Axel Gray says, my hero train should be like Iruma for the Harvest Festival for the Misfit class.
That was good training.
Iruma can teach a lot of manga, a lot of things.
All the first 3 Ps, absolutely.
David, you could be lying. I have no way of fact checking that, and I shan't have a way.
And it kinda is, but in reality...
Yeah, monster! The internal conflict of monster! What are we talking about?
reality, it's a very simple, common, and helpful concept to recognize.
Common! Mark! So why are we praising it here?
And why are you explaining this common thing when you're just like the thematic inversion
Divine
of the
Instinct
perception
Goku,
of
Ultra
all this
Essence
other
Goku,
bullshit?
True
And
Divine
then just
Essence
move
Goku.
on.
Thank you for the super chat, Dominic. Go. Y'all need to do this Wano video when it drops. No, we don't.
It's never dropping.
Yeah, he's good. He's cooked.
I paid him off.
Nice. External conflict
Death
is the
Note.
easiest of the two to understand. This is the struggle
We
that occurs
know,
between.
Mark.
No,
We know what.
no.
Hey!
You can't go into Dragon Ball, Mark.
There's a fire in there, and if I get turned by fire, I will die. That's external. We know external and internal, outside and inside.
There's no way we're about to get into Dragon Ball. I refuse to believe.
You don't need to explain this. Why do you think you need to explain what an external conflict is? Which context clues just tell you external, something outside of yourself. Conflict, an issue that needs to be resolved. Something that needs to be resolved. I need to get my car fixed, but I'm a broke boy.
Cameron, if you're talking about Daigo Knight, there'll probably be something at some point.
Dutch
given
says,
character.
D.A. What's the name of the giant marine at Marineford?
It's not Giant Jack, but it should be.
You always say
I know, but it should be him. What the is his
should just be
name?
named differently for you.
That should be his name. It's better than whatever it is. John? Is it? That doesn't sound right.
External conflict is the easiest of the two to understand. This is the struggle that occurs between a given character and an external force. For the likes of Goku on Namek in Dragon Ball, the external conflicts he needed to contend with were Frieza and the planet itself blowing up.
John Giant. No. Is it? Because that's another guy, it seems. I'm going to have to hear it from Dutch.
This is the struggle that occurs between a given character and an external force. For the likes of Goku on Namek in Dragon Ball, the external conflicts he needed to contend with were Frieza and the planet itself blowing up. Rip Goku. JK, not really. Internal conflict on the other.
The next time that he introduces...
What was the internal conflict of Goku there?
John Giant. It was John Giant. Okay.
What's the internal conflict that Goku needed to... Because he only talked about the external.
He's going to move on to people who have internal ones now. He's just showing an external. But anytime, I'm just going, the next time that he introduces a concept but doesn't explore it, we got to ask him why he doesn't do that. John Giant. I need to think of something for that.
Martian Manhunter.
Nope. That's not going to work.
Green Lantern, John Stewart.
Don't. You're
Yeah, I can't. I'm sorry. I can't be in your mind. The goofiest of mind palaces.
Got it.
No, he said My Hero Academia's relation to both. So the internal conflict on coming into conflict, I guess, with the external conflict.
I got it. Ask me
Cotton
any other
Candy
time,
Hope says,
and I will tell you.
Lincoln $sign elf.
Shut up!
That was a crazy.
Shut up!
That was crazy.
Shut up! We all have our moments.
I've never had a moment like that.
Other hand is still simple but a little more abstract. This is the struggle between a character's emotions, values, desires, and traits that might stop them from achieving their goal. To borrow an example once again from Dragon Ball, when introduced...
Yeah, boy!
But wouldn't that internal conflict also be predicated by the external conflict? Because the only things that would be standing in the way of their morals and goals is whatever is externally happening in the world to themselves and the area or environment around them. Something external is still causing the conflict and the barrier of your internal stuff.
I just can't believe we're back to Dragon Ball Town. He has so many things that he's reviewed. He did all of JoJo, but he doesn't reference it. He just is always back to Dragon Ball.
That might stop them from achieving their goal. To borrow an example once again from Dragon Ball, when introduced, Vegeta is a character that believes strength is by far the most important aspect in his life. That is until something changes within him during the Cell and Android arcs. He no longer only cares about power, whether he wishes to admit it or not.
But his internal conflict of power is not standing in the way of an external conflict. It's not causing a barrier to him gaining strength. External total conflict there would be power is everything, but I have literally 0 ways to train. I am a paraplegic or quadriplegic for the next year while they get these stupid beans rocking or Bullmobile's a thing for me, so I have nothing but my family to look forward to. Oh wow, there's more there than just strength. That would be a barrier to his internal. There's nothing preventing his way of thinking. His way of thinking just changed. It wasn't even challenged. He just grew as a person. And he barely grew as a person because now his possession is hurt, so he went off. No, he showed no love to Trunks before this. 0. And showed none after until he's about to die. So until Trunks is about to die or he's about to die, he don't give a about that kid.
And then showed nothing else after him.
What are we doing? So what's in conflict here? What's changed? He's still him. He is him.
Android arcs. He no longer only cares about power, whether
Leo
he
Lusher
Trunks is the
says,
possession.
I guess it's fair to use something you're comfortable with as an example. But at this point in his career, he should know how poorly written a lot of Z is.
No, it is absolutely fair.
You'll see a lot of times we mention One Piece.
But he talked about how this is going to be an extensive a dive into My Hero. So he has some level of expertise while looking into this sort of thing, and he's done what, 1.5 2 years of going through all of One Piece. Surely you have some sort of mindset that you can just go, this is a character's actions and this is how it is internally and externally. You don't even have to be an expert in that. You can just think about a character, but then again, he didn't really understand Zoro's character until Luffy versus Zoro, so maybe I shouldn't have even thought about that because Dragon Ball is a lot more simple. Maybe not. I'm just saying.
I forget how riled up you guys get when people talk about Dragon Ball. We both have our series. Dragon Ball is it for me. I get super mad about Dragon Ball. Naruto is it for DA.
Naruto and My Hero.
My Hero is getting real
around because I'm listening back to the rants. I'm like, oh my goodness, just like 4 straight minutes. There was one time where just a huge rant. You had turned off all of the alerts, and I just finished the rant, and you just go, "Silver Heart Soul says."
Thank you for the super chat, Silver Heart Soul. Let's have some fun in between this Mark stuff. Would you like to be friends with Oda, but you must watch all of the toilet, once every day, or get $9 billion, but you only have to watch only Bad Isekai for life?
I do not want to be friends with Oda. Let him be. I wouldn't
give
want to
me
be
my 9
friends
billion
with somebody who I'm a fan of.
Oh yeah, for sure. The power dynamic is crazy there.
It would always be just me trying to plead. Hey, where do you want to go to eat? This place. Well, I don't like that, but he's Oda.
Spicy.
Yeah.
Oh no, get this. Super spicy. Okay, Oda.
Too spicy.
Yeah, I'd be really afraid of being friends with somebody I'm a fan, especially when you get those things of like, don't meet your heroes, and then not only are you meeting your hero, you're becoming somebody close to your hero. You're gonna see all those warts. Like, there's a lot of things, even just as a tangential fan of Oda, that he does that I super don't like the support of the Rurouni Kenshin mangaka. I hate that about Oda, and then I get to see the day-to-day stuff he thinks of, and it's just like, ooh,
Nami the
give
Goat
me that
says,
9 bill.
Y'all could intrude Oda to Triggered Senpai though.
Nah.
Nah.
I'd rather Oda not know a man like that exists.
Yeah, agreed.
Sure, we didn't even introduce Trigger to Just Stop. Just Stop looked at our channel and saw the thing that, and then went over there.
What a
crazy bars.
The mountain banded Hagoromo. That's Naruto. It began with an H.
It did begin with an H because I remember that aspect of it.
Hachiak? That is Dragon Ball.
Admitted or not, he starts to care about his family. This internal conflict within Vegeta manifests as harsh scrutiny directed towards his son. However, as the story progresses and the external conflict intensifies...
This is the only instance that he shows any level of care. He goes goodbye to him when he's back. But what else?
He didn't even go goodbye. He puts up two fingers to him.
Is there any reaction when he's brought back to life? Was he even up there during that? I forget. Doesn't matter. But this is...
No, because he probably would have chastised Krillin for his wish.
Or been like, nah, Goku, you coming back.
Yeah, Kakarot, we need our fight, you piece of
Take me over there then. And he just hijacks the wish.
This internal conflict Vegeta's been trying to ignore, suddenly, and without
trying
warning...
to ignore?
Nah.
Show me any instance of him trying to ignore his growing care for his family.
Like he's about to brush the hair off Trunks' face and then he does it.
Or he sees him struggling in the room, in the hyperbolic time chamber. I almost called it a room of spirit and time because in a lot of anime debates, let's say Cell versus Deborah, they call it the room of spirit and time. So I kind of almost slipped into that.
I understand. We don't need
to translate it properly.
We don't need a proper translation.
But I've been getting to other verses.
Why not say Korean at this point?
There's a new one.
Be Adele or something. Nah, we're good.
But he's using the conclusion of this to inform other things that were simply not there. So you see this and you go, well, Vegeta was clearly just trying to suppress his love for his son, as evidenced by him doing it.
By evidence of him going off the handle when Trunks dies.
That's the evidence.
Haguma the bear.
Yeah, that's what I said. Y'all weren't listening. Mic malfunction. I was slurring my words.
Stream crash for a second.
Explodes due to that intense external conflict.
But how's that an internal conflict? How is that an internal conflict?
The internal conflict of now he can no longer express his love for his son because he is deceased. As we all will be in naught but 5 minutes.
But that's not an internal conflict.
It's the internal conflict of him finally reconciling that he does care for his son, because Mark said that he was trying to hide it, and now there is no hiding it. It's just like, oh no, I really did. You don't know what you got till it's gone, sort of thing. You see. It's peak. It's thematic. It's internal. It's external.
How's this gonna relate to Deku's struggles internally?
Deku is his own Trunks when you really think about it.
Don't even.
I don't know what that means, so I can't.
But you could tell analysts would do so.
Nani the goat says, y'all need to do more Naruto. That's when all the funny beef starts.
We've always had Naruto videos.
That is where most of our big stuff has come from. That's crazy bars. I wonder what Yumasuke is doing these days.
In the case of Vegeta, this results in a stunningly powerful and tragic marriage of these two areas within the story, compounding and complementing each other. It's why the moment is awesome. However, during this assessment test, Horikoshi used this approach to achieve a very different atmosphere. Again, much like the prior example, the external conflict is clear. Each student has been tasked to use their quirk to help them complete a list of physical challenges. Their performance in these challenges will earn them points, and at the end, whoever places last or doesn't show promise, Aizawa says, will be expelled, thus ending Midoriya's dream before it even began. Okay, so why does this create external conflict? Well, as we've seen, Midoriya sucks. He's a glass cannon. If he uses his quirk even once, his bones will stop doing what both...
Well, if that was the case, maybe there should have been a different test. Instead of just, hey, show more aptitude, because Invisible Girl, she just got around the robots and she won.
Yep.
So she has like a -3 in strength.
But she #sucks. Like she's barely done anything ever.
There should be a showcase of your quirks in a way that is beneficial for you, like Ida running a race and not tripping or something. Because him doing that and Tail Guy, he has to run around them. That's super easy to do. But Tail Guy, what is he gonna do in terms of that?
Says, why would this create conflict if Mark already established these are all past events that Deku is talking about?
In the moment conflict. Thank you very much. Mark wins again.
Yeah, it kind of does hurt
Mark
it when
wins again.
the conclusion is set. Yeah, that does kind of hurt it.
Mark wins again.
Bones are supposed to do.
I've broken every single bone in my hand.
If he uses his powers, he can't perform any other challenge, and if he doesn't use his powers, he'll fail anyway. All the while, the others, well, they seem to be doing just fine.
But if it's a race and Invisible Girl's in the race, he at least was there for a couple of months building up his body.
Yeah, he's got to be able to run.
He's got to be faster than Mineta, who is 3'2".
Has to. Statistically.
I'm sorry.
Watch this man just be a Usain Bolt. Cooking. Hope you're ready, Midoriya.
Just beefs up his massive legs.
Grape rush.
705.2 meters. That is just shy of 7 American football fields and almost 3/4 of a kilometer. Okay, so this cautious approach isn't going to work anymore. His current scores are abysmal, and much like the Kaioken from Dragon Ball Z, Midoriya has no other choice than to dig deep and to bet it all on one last full power.
Yeah, one of them was a 50-meter dash. You're not telling me that he's slower than Mineta.
Size doesn't matter, but I think the stride matters. And Mineta's stride has to be awful. Like, even if body-wise, body mass-wise, body size-wise, they're technically running at the exact same pace, exact same speed, Mineta simply cannot cover the same ground that Deku can. Simply cannot.
One of them is a grip strength. Are you telling me? Well, maybe Mineta and his constant jerking.
No,
Hey,
more.
That
Dragon
is a
Ball,
goon, man. That is a goon-er. Got another one. Rewrite the Naruto War arc any way you want, but Death Note Part 1 never exists, only Part 2. Or rewrite all of Boruto, but you can only watch and read Platinum End.
Y'all don't want to know about Platinum End.
I'd rather rewrite the Naruto War arc simply because I'd rather watch other things than Platinum End. Like, I'm fine with reading a bunch of isekais, because there's at least one isekai I like. So just reading that forever, if that's all I can do, I'm fine with it, because I might find ones that I like. Platinum End would be more like Stockholm Syndrome at some point, where I just go, here comes the next event. Oh, this is the good part. This one, okay. Thank you for the super chat, Soul.
The internal conflict of Midoriya is simple. He desperately wishes to be the world's greatest hero and to make All Might
Pretty
proud.
sure Mineta
But after
used his
years of
bouncy
being made
balls
an
to get there
example of,
faster.
being told he was less than and that he can't achieve anything, he thinks of himself as a failure, someone unworthy of.
It's understandable why he would think that way, because he factually had no quirk in a world where you need quirks to become a hero.
Oh, Jay, did you read or watch all of the Bounce arcs? So you are allowed to talk about it.
You are now allowed to talk about Jin Karia. Congratulations, welcome, brother.
Because never forget, only people that have consumed that entire arc can do it.
Mention that man's name.
When are we doing find us one? Find us a King's Game video.
This quote borrowed power,
But it is on the list for.
and this is the first moment where the
yeah,
external
sure.
world so perfectly targets Midoriya's sense of inadequacy, as Aizawa is the first character to reveal to Midoriya that he knows where that power really came from, and through doing so raises a vital point. If Midoriya wants to actually become a hero, he can't rely on one strong punch that renders him a liability to those around him afterwards. There won't always be nurses in the big bad world after all. In other
Why not?
I find it very odd that just Deku needs to be told these things. It's just like the feet thing. You can understand the mindset of he's chasing after All Might, so that's why he only throws punches.
But
he just go, well, I need to pass this, so I'll break my arm, and that's fine. And this is also a failing of All Might for not teaching him anything or pulling Aizawa to the side, just like, He has used his power exactly one time and he broke every bone in his arms and his legs. We do not have him do the aptitude test because he will do that again.
Yep.
We need to, because his arms and legs heal and then he's straight to school. No pulling off the sign, just go, okay.
Now let's start training you before you hit into school. Because reasons on the Bount arc. That would require me watching the Bount arc and him rewatching
Cameron
the Bount
Bailey
arc.
says, Midoriya is also a TPA 14 or 15 years old boy. What boy do you know that thinks rationally?
The whole thing with Deku is that he is a very analytical dude.
Yes.
To the point
we have
where
seen this.
he comes to Uraraka like, hey, here's a game plan for you. He understands quirks and he understands the battlefield.
He beat Bakugo essentially without really using his quirks.
Because
if you say that he's not rational, we have to question every action that he does where he is rational. And is that an outlier? Or is that him being rational and the outliers are the fact when he's not rational?
Are you going to look at the 3 minutes of Muzan walking? No. I've seen it. It is great. The slurping of that scene is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. Because that exact same thing with poor animation, people would be laughing their balls off. How many times have you seen that video or gif of One Piece versus One Piece of Luffy at the caught in Wano in the little coliseum they have, where they're just showing how much padding there is? But imagine that exact same thing with this super flowing pretty animation. It's the exact same thing. It's horrible because it's paced horribly. And this dumb Trigger talking about, oh my god, they made it even more imposing. It looks awful. Because reasons on Boruto crying, because reasons on the Muzan walk.
Words, Aizawa in this moment draws our attention to Midoriya's internal conflict.
緑谷伊豆君、お前の力じゃヒーローになれないよ。
I love this quote because it works on two levels. As it stands, it's undeniable that he's right. He knows where this power came from, he knows what All Might sees in him to some extent, but insists on this terminal flaw in his approach. But there's more. While Aizawa in one breath is hard on Midoriya, simultaneously he's easier on him than Midoriya is on himself.
Hey, I really like what Mark is doing here. This is very good analysis from Mark. He's complimenting Midoriya by saying this is your power, so stop that bush. At the same time going, hey, you gotta do something with this power, stop that bush. Very good analysis from Mark. Not synopsis.
You'll notice that in that quote,
Sebastian says, if that walking shit was in 7 Deadly Sins, it would be one of the most laughed at things in anime
Or
history.
Fairy Tail, can you imagine? Dude, people would be going crazy. But no, I'm telling you, it's such saw editing. My god, it's awful.
Aizawa specifically refers to this power, one for all, not as All Might's or anyone else's, but Midoriya's own power specifically.
No. And then the praise
This
is
has
gone.
been ruined for me because of that video that we did. You say Ron is dead.
This is the payoff to this conflict within Midoriya's mind, at least for now. He doesn't need to rely on natural ability like all the others he admires do. Instead, he can find solutions to these impossible problems using what makes him special. His ability to think outside of the box, his ability to
Analyzing. He's an analytical dude.
strategize and leave everything he's got out there. 705.3 meters is the result, 10 centimeters farther than Bakugo's throw. He may have placed last overall still, but as Aizawa said, he's not entirely without promise.
Oh, that's crazy.
That is
that's crazy part. That's crazy
Oh
part.
my goodness.
Crazy part.
What the? Hey, boy.
Unbelievable.
What the?
Yo! do it! Let's go!
Let's go!
Let's go! Horikoshi's a fan!
So it was all in front of our eyes. We just never realized it.
This is actually DA writing this story. He's double dipping.
He made this series specifically to piss me off. This was the clue.
Did he know?
This is an activity, lesson, arc, whatever you want to call it. This section contends with an explore.
What? Nothing about their hero costumes and how it speaks to the characters and how they feel about it. Seems pretty important for each person,
But
and their and how it augments their abilities.
That goes a lot into like style theory, and Mark may not be particularly adept
He
or
did
even.
it with Naruto.
Oh.
This is an activity, lesson, arc, whatever you want to call it. This section contends with and explores the complicated dynamic between Midoriya and Bakugo. Like any great rivalry or foil from the annals of anime and manga past, Katsuki Bakugo is a deliberate and carefully measured.
So he got Katsuki, but he couldn't get.
Silverheart Soul says, the DA's balls are real. I've seen them with my own eyes.
Crazy bar.
Distillation of everything Midoriya isn't. Where Bakugo is confident and a natural athlete, Midoriya is defined by his doubt and his lack of natural physical ability. Where Bakugo was born with this impressive and flashy quirk to show off to the world, Midoriya was born with nothing and had to earn a power that he has to, in some sense, hide. Heck, even the entrance exam points are inversions of each other that reflect Bakugo and Midoriya's differences. Bakugo, who scored 77 points total, all coming from villain defeats with 0 saves, while Midoriya, as we know, scored 0 villain points but collected 60 save points. The point this story has been driving home since it began has been that these two are polar opposites, and now
we should start questioning, what does it mean to be a hero if you can get by it purely by villain takedowns? Instead of just saves, which both should go hand in hand. It shouldn't be you can min-max in one way or the other, unless you're somebody like Uraraka, who is who is, I guess she can, like, if she want to toga it, float them all the way up and then drop them on their neck. But you know, maybe that is the thing of just to get into UA, you're gonna either be a support hero,
a rescue hero,
or a offensive hero,
a battle hero,
where you have to obviously go into other. You got to spec into it a little bit. You can't just purely be rescue. You got to have some hand-to-hand stuff.
Yeah, the first year should have been like general, and then the second year we could start specializing you, putting you into play. We've seen what you can do for a year, where you would fit the best, what type of teams you could be a part of, that type of stuff. Sort of like career counseling.
Because what if you stand there and just go, okay, we need to talk about defeating a villain? You can't talk about defeating a villain the same way that you would for Mineta, that you would for a Bakugo.
Yes.
To fight.
You said that we got a good look at the side characters here, and you're just gonna. I hope you don't just talk about them.
Who else is there to talk about?
Because that would betray what you said before.
No, I don't think so. I think it's right as I said it.
Yeah. But here's the thing. What I just said about Horikoshi depicting these two conflicting characters as total opposites doesn't paint the entire picture. In fact, you could say that the entire setup for this fight between Bakugo and Midoriya has been a carefully curated misdirection. From the very beginning, Horikoshi has been using Midoriya to shine a light on this world's hero society, painting a wonderfully altruistic and optimistic sense in all of us that we have what it takes to be a hero. However, quite ingeniously I think, while all of that was being shown to us, because we've been following Midoriya's character, we've only really seen the world through his point of view. And because of that, what Midoriya sees as good, we see as great. And when something bad happens to him, we really feel
I don't think it is good to be like, we're seeing the world through his eyes. We're not really seeing the world in that case. He's not really doing anything other than showing Hey,
this is the exact same thing that happens with every protagonist, where we're only going to see the world through their point of view. We're only going to see the world really through the point of view of a Tanjiro. We're only going to see the world through the point of view of a Naruto. We see how cruel the ninja society is to him, how cruel the village is. We see the ninja tool stuff. Like, for the most part, we're only going to see things through the eyes of the protagonist. So why is this being talked about like it's something special for My Hero Academia? Like, I don't see what's ingenious about this. It is literally the structure of storytelling.
That also. And while that approach served as a terrific vehicle to introduce this world to us and expand the scope of what a hero means in this story, it simultaneously narrowed our point of view about who should be a hero in the society. In other words,
Gutch
Horikoshi
says,
intentionally...
I hope Mark never finds out about Iruma.
he will one day.
It doesn't have enough following of an anime, especially.
created a bias within us, a bias that paints...
because we only see it through his eyes, so we don't know what anybody else sees as a hero. So of course it's going to be a bias if this is all that we have.
But that's going to be for every story. Like, we have the bias of Naruto, and then in the pain arc, it's like, yo, my village, though. It's like, oh, it's the same thing. Whenever we're looking through the eyes of the hero in our story, the hero is who we think of as the good guy, even though they may turn out to be the bad guy, like several stories do, where it's told from the point of view of the hero and the protagonist, but they're actually the person murdering people. That type of stuff. Tier list of the 4Kids anime OPs.
It's gonna be a short one because I didn't really watch anything other than Sonic, Shaman King, One Piece.
Though we could just listen to them all and do that.
Around you, look beyond.
Some as always correct, and others as entirely wrong. And that simply isn't true.
いやー、これはまたすごい個性だな。
ほんとヒーロー向きの派手な個性ねカツキくん俺がすげえんだ
For the first time in this story, a different character takes center stage. Katsuki Bakugo, a young man who has tormented Midoriya.
Is he taking center stage, or is he taking stage alongside Deku, who is actually the person in the center?
They're sharing the stage.
Seemingly his entire life, only we come to realize that that isn't entirely true. Or at least it hasn't always been the case. I am a firm believer that we are a product of our environment. That we carry with us the lessons, mistakes, and traumas of our past until one day we find out which of these we carry more of. Like Midoriya, Bakugo was born a regular baby, and as they grew up alongside each other, Bakugo developed a very special ability while Midoriya didn't. And that alone is not what makes Bakugo the way he is. Gifts alone are not what makes people who they are.
Is he going into the praise he got, and because of that he turned into a piece of
people are. From as young as a toddler, Bakugo had been shown friendship and praise for being gifted, the best. His teachers, his friends, and everyone in his life have treated him as if he was special because of these gifts.
Do they say that he has the best or the most powerful? It is just, wow, that's a good quirk. It's not, hey, this is the best quirk in this class. He cannot fly. That guy on the right can fly.
And in a way, that's not fair. Not for Midoriya, any of the other children in the class, and least of all, Bakugo. When we're kids, it's...
You can allow yourself to accept the praise without going, dang, they right.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
You can go, I can make explosions. I can't punch a tornado away like All Might. So I am not the best. Will I become the best one day? I don't know. But he allowed himself to believe that.
Yeah, in the ocean, what can I do? Because my whole thing is about sweat. If my sweat glands aren't going because of the ocean water,
on a cold day, what can I do?
What do I do?
If I go up against an ice villain, I am unfortunately cooked.
Other children in the class, and least of all, Bakugo. When we're kids, it's up to the adults in our lives to instill within us the principles and value systems that ultimately shape who we become. Value systems,
and we just have to accept.
Unknown Gaming XL says, "Yay, explosions! Let's all glaze this nigga now."
Exactly. We just all have to accept that they all just heap praise on them and nothing else. And he just accepted him. All of his classmates, even though he starts being a bully and starts being abrasive and everything, they're still just like, he's amazing. We all just have to accept that throughout all of his high school, not his high school, his middle school, his elementary school, there was no one better. Oh no! Oh, but we just have to believe. We just have to believe that he just accepted all of that, and we see none of it outside of that little hey and his friends who go, "Wow, you are awesome." I just do not accept that.
I'm gonna try this. Hopefully, it doesn't crash much.
To be fair, it's a common thing in Japan that bullies can get away with stuff. You got to show me some kind of statistic or something for that.
Because bullies also get away with it in America.
I was about to say, bully gets away with things in America. So it's, what's that a defeater to? That it's not necessarily. I'm not necessarily saying that them going Bakugo is amazing, and I didn't say anything about him getting bullied and him getting pushed over and why is nobody stopping this. It's purely just that he's allowing people to glaze him and he's accepting it. That's what my issue is.
And the glaze is crazy. We were absolutely bullied at the streaming today. We were gonna have a nice day off, and these modes went Mark.
And then Doug was just like, "Oh, I'm just cooked. Well, I can't do nothing against them gams." The Legzilla over here.
Why don't you look like this at all times? Like, what happened now? Why only when racing?
Are you ready?
It's cursed. It's so cursed.
Explain this to anyone. Well, there was a joke that. Oh, never mind. You just gotta.
You had to be there.
No, we will not have next week off. Maybe.
How one feels happiness. And if we're taught superiority is to be praised, then naturally that must mean inferiority is to be looked down upon.
Are we taught? Was he taught that superiority was to be praised? It's just praise. That's all it is. You have a good quirk.
The way you took the praise is on you.
Yes, it's not you are the best. It's nothing like that. He just internalized all of that and became, I am the best. I have the best quirk.
It's so some will take a praise and be like, oh my god, I have to keep working hard in order to keep this praise up because the expectations are now on me. Other people will take that praise and be like, hey, that felt great, and that'll be the beginning and the end of their thought on the praise they had. Everything they want to do is based on the things they want to do, and if you praise them for it, hey, cool.
It could be a race with like 5 people, and then somebody wins, and they're like, "Wow, you're really fast," and that person can
It's
just
okay
go.
to be confused.
They go, "It's
Divine
okay."
Instinct Goku, Ultra Essence Goku, True Divine Essence Goku.
They could be like, of those 5 people, when they win the race, they could either be like, "Yes, I am the fastest person here," or yes, I am super fast, and you take that and just go, I'm the best. Or you can be like, no, I'm just the fastest person here. There's a lot of other people who are faster than me, and I just got to keep getting faster. There's different ways that you take that, and Bakugo just took it the way of, yes, I am the fastest, and that was the
Game
that
of
was
Thrones
it.
says, how dare you help me? How dare you praise me?
How dare you? I left for a second. Why am I seeing Long Legs Manetta on my phone?
Exactly.
Thank you for the super
That's
chat.
the
Soul.
mindset that you should be.
All
having.
it takes
confusion
is to leave this stream for 6 minutes, and you will miss every inch of the stream.
Have you ever had a shirt that was simply a letter?
Hey, that'd be fly. Just a big old
N.
Oh no!
Pointing
I wasn't
up.
thinking.
大丈夫立てる
never in his entire life had anyone looked at him like that.
And we have
Sympathetic.
to accept that.
Yes. None of his friends, none of his colleagues.
He never asked for help on a quiz.
He never
homework.
scanned his knee at school and the teacher's like, oh, poor Bakugo. Nothing ever. His parents never looked at him like this.
And then he just took this one moment of some guy just helping him as he fell from a very high height and he could potentially be hurt. This has nothing to do with his quirk. His quirk didn't fail and he fell and he just like, never again will my quirk fail and I will be hurt. It had nothing to do with that. It is just, you slipped and fell and I'm trying to help you. It's just such a bad reason to just be like, I'm the best. How dare you help me?
Dare you?
Concerned. It's pathetic. People that are amazing, those who are the best, gifted individuals who are supposed to be great heroes, don't need help. Least of all from someone weaker than anyone else they know.
Does Bakugo believe that All Might is a master mechanic? If his car breaks down, can All Might fix it, or will he require help for that? Is he a tailor? Can he make his own food? It's such a dumb logic. Of course you need help as an individual as you're wearing gauntlets that augment your abilities.
From the support class.
If you did not have those, you could not do that grenade gauntlet.
Howitzer.
You can't do that. So you need assistance. I hate this.
After this section, we're done for the day.
Bakugo's anger towards Midoriya isn't random. He's not some two-dimensional bully archetype rooted in vapid and shallow reasonings like a vague annoyance over what he's wearing or how he looks or something. It's an intense, almost panicked reaction spurred on by what everyone has told him was important to his entire life. And so, if Midoriya...
Did he ever change this mindset people believe he has? Has he ever gone... I picked on you because of the expectations I put on myself or the beliefs I held.
That could have been the big apology, which I was just glazing over.
Hey,
I was
most fair.
I would roll in my eyes and just like, yeah, I'm sorry. Oh, look, they're young and they're growing up, and he's just like,
Okay,
boy, I'm a stupid
present
poopy
evidence
head.
of
And I'm
what
like,
you're
yes,
saying.
yeah, great, fantastic. Yes, you are.
could...
Help, I'm falling and I can't get up.
But don't help me.
But don't you dare help me. How dare you help me? I need help, but not from you.
That with one finger, that surely must mean that all through his life, Midoriya has been going easy on and showing sympathy towards Bakugo, underestimating him, thinking of him as
Moon Spice says, kindergarten teachers will praise kid no matter what they will never say, yo kid, that power you got is fucking trash.
Yeah, like,
Yeah. It'll be like, look at this drawing, and it's the worst.
hey, that's a great outfit. It's a dog. God, what a
It's an
great
even
dog.
better dog.
Oh, you've got ears that flap. That's your quirk? Awesome. That's gonna help you tremendously. That kid is cooked.
Is this over? I got nothing for this kid. Maybe he should kill himself. Should I tell him? Bakugo, tell that kid to jump off the roof. But Bakugo to believe that Deku has been taking it easy all of his life, and he has no evidence of this. When in this world, a quirk can just manifest at any time, and he just goes, no. He just allowed me to believe that he was weak all of this time and be bullied for some reason.
Thank you for re-upping Dutch.
did to Midoriya. The conclusion to this fight is spectacular, but perhaps not for the reasons you might think. In the anime, the music, the animation, the whirlwind of emotions it offers paints a triumphant moment. But when I read the manga, I realized something. Without all of that flashy animation, without that inspirational and triumphant backing track, this scene is about complete and total failure. Not just for Bakugo in that his team literally failed in what they set out to do, but also as a personal failure for Midoriya, as well as a professional failure for All Might.
Is it not also that in the anime, even though there is triumphant music, whenever somebody wins, there always has to be a loser. So you're looking at it again from Deku's perspective. That music is the Deku music. You're not hearing the womp womp in Bakugo's mind. Dun, 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 dun.
Bakugo's internal conflict concerned his own ego, with his desire to confirm and cement his status atop his pecking order when it came to Midoriya. Whereas Midoriya's struggle, similarly, was that of a kid suffering from guilt, but one who too needed to prove himself against someone he admired, like Bakugo. So due to taking his eye off the ball, Bakugo cost his team the challenge and in the process failed to defeat Midoriya also. All the while, Midoriya, while his team technically won, he too failed to rise to that occasion and defeat Bakugo, and once again, in the process, destroyed his own body.
But he wasn't trying to defeat Bakugo. He's trying to win the challenge.
And if he wanted to, he could have.
Yeah.
He could have blown him away.
It's not what his goal was. Deku accomplished what he wanted.
Both of their eyes, this is nothing more than an abject and total failure. And what's more is, this battle shouldn't have even been allowed to escalate in the first place.
Yeah, because All Might sucks.
He sucks. Yo, he is a punch monkey. Hey, there's a villain, I'll handle that. Oh, there's people in that building, I'll handle that. Hey, can you teach me math? Duh!
Only teacher and tenured pro hero present, despite what he was seeing, allowed the fight to go on for far too long.
What is the qualifications that you need to be a teacher? Because he is essentially, what, a building away? Why was this allowed to happen when a guy can freeze somebody instantly? Frostbite, you just gotta go, well, I hope he holds back and not cripple this kid.
Bakugo thinking that Deku was secretly letting himself get beat up for fun is a hilarious assumption in retrospect. Especially since it's like, oh, it's all about me. You did this because of me. They play triumphant music in Demon Slayer even though Tanjiro lost against Rui. So is he not gonna say that Bakugo told Small Might to KY self, keep yourself safe? I would like to see him compare episode 19 with the manga.
No. If this is what it is, yeah, he's gonna.
It's a shallow reason because the dude is just angry that a kid of his age helped him and the dude just bullies him more for that. I'm sorry, in my area we call this ego-filled spoiled brat behavior.
Yes. Yeah. And you're supposed to see him like that, but it's just the mindset that we need to get into. We see why he's like that, but there's no real, it's not really a good explanation. It's like tripping on a rock and just going, I'm going to destroy the earth. It's like, that's...
Why do people ship Deku with Bakugo? I will never understand that. Because of the same reasons people think that Joker and Harley Quinn have a good relationship. They like that level of toxicity where he hates everybody and everything and kind of outwardly hates Deku as well, but secretly inside he's super passionate and loving about him. That's what they like. That hint of just like, this guy's a piece of to everybody but the person he cares about, which would be Deku.
The shipping wiki for My Hero Academia has a section for Bakumina. It don't matter. If you are a character, you will be shipped with another character. Name me 3 interactions that they had. Good luck.
Never forget we had Piccolo Bulma. Never forget.
Not because he thought it was best for everyone involved, but because he believed it was what Midoriya wanted. Following this defeat, disillusioned and on the verge of a mental breakdown, All Might recognizes but doesn't give Bakugo the guidance he clearly needs in that moment.
Because All Might sucks!
And he doesn't really understand what Bakugo is going through, which is understandable. There's no way that he can look into his mind and just go, Bakugo thinks that Deku has been pretending to be weak because he's a masochist.
Boy, that was a problem.
Yeah.
It's rock at that one.
It's our Rara that. What's the problem? It's just me.
I am so proud to be wearing this shirt.
Unknown Gaming XL says, "You have the radar to my heart."
The radar to my heart is one of my favorite things.
That episode was crack.
Crack, dude. It's still legitimately one of our best episodes ever. For all the wrong reasons. I don't remember a single counter argument we made in that thing. I've watched it like 8 times. It's all about just us having as much fun as humanly possible.
And as you're doing that, All Might goes, let's go back, Bakugo. It's time for your critique. No matter whether you won or lost, you take one look back, you reflect on your experience, and you move on with your life. That's kind of good advice.
Yeah. But Bakugo can't take that.
No, because it wasn't exactly what Bakugo needed to hear for his fragile ego.
Because he's such a piece of y'all. And one day...
I don't think that's a failing on All Might right there.
No, it's a failing on Bakugo's stunted development where he's still in the mind of a 6-year-old crashing action figures against each other, thinking that's the greatest thing in the world, and that's what it should all be about. He stinks! Just the proudest boy. Yeah.
Dude, you look in the fucking mirror, you stupid muppet.
What a time! What timing! Yeah, that one can actually go in the corner. I probably have space.
GamerF5 says, "I feel like everything people say my hero does good, Black Clover does it better."
It's
Dude, you
crazy.
look in the fucking mirror, you stupid muppet.
It's crazy how much Black Clover got hate when it's doing some great things.
Yeah. Time to piece up All Might, Bakugo. Yeah, he just thinks that he can just beat up All Might because he's kinda
Despite
good.
outwardly explaining to Midoriya that he can't show favoritism, it's clear that,
Our merch is gonna go nuts, so...
at least in this situation, he did. Whether it be due to subconscious favoritism, Midoriya's disproportionate access to All Might, or whether it simply be an unfortunate byproduct of his dwindling ability to sustain that superhuman form. Regardless of all that, what Bakugo will take away from this, and it's honestly hard to blame him for it, is simply a reinforcement of his own old toxic worldview. That the
No, I blame him.
Mm-hmm.
It's him. He the one. He the guy.
Yeah, I do not feel sorry for Bakugo by crying and going, I'm not number one.
very
I feel
best
nothing.
get the tutelage and attention of All Might, and those who fail, like him, get ignored and forgotten. By the time All Might does eventually get around to offering
This is one instance. And he's just like, my whole life is ruined. I should jump off a building. Why you telling me to kill myself, Deku? Help! Help! I'm being repressed!
Jay, the N stands for what it stands for.
go the guidance he knew he needed. It was too little, too late.
言われなくても、俺はあんたをも超えるヒーローになる。
It's not too little, too late.
How do you expect to do that, Bakugo, my boy?
He fixed himself, quote unquote. You, Deku, I'm gonna become better and stronger and better and stronger.
Bakugo, I am the number one hero, and I have been the number one hero for, let's say, decades. How are you planning to do that? Don't you think I know the best about how to do that? Don't just say that you're gonna do it, cause this guy can heat up to the level of the sun, and he's been number 2 for 20 years.
Has anyone heard of Anime Snob? He's bad. Thank you for the super chat, Silver Heart Soul. Yes, he came to our Discord for a time. He is not interested in discussion. He is interested in getting content, and that is the beginning and end of what he wants. Womp womp Bakugo.
When Midoriya reveals his power to Bakugo and the shortcomings it has, what I believe Bakugo is actually hearing in this moment is something akin to what Midoriya said in his own mind during their fight. That if he were to have gone all out against Bakugo, he could have killed him. In other words, once again, all Bakugo hears is that he's not the best, that he's less than.
When they were doing the
Game of
test,
Dethroned says, "My fav scene when Bakugo mom slapping some sense to him."
He is backhand.
but when they were doing the test, Uraraka floated the ball to as as Eraserhead said, infinity.
Yeah, it's gonna go forever.
So that is him losing.
L. But he didn't lose to
Factually.
Deku, and that's the problem. Because losing to Deku is the no-no.
No, he just said, I'm not the best. He wasn't the best there.
Waltzing through middle school as the unquestioned best, and after setting the high score in the entrance exams, since entering UA, he has received nothing but constant reminder after reminder that he is not only
Those
not the
were
best,
the same. That was the same instance.
Yeah, you needed a little different of an instance there.
best, but he might not even come close. However, while it's difficult to conceive of a more humiliating and traumatic introduction to UA for Bakugo, our shortcomings are not what ultimately define us. It's how we react to and recover from the pressures and failures we experience that determines who we are. While Bakugo is incredibly flawed and misguided, this section does a wonderful job in demonstrating that these flaws largely come from places he couldn't carry the entire blame for. And more than that,
Yes, he
proves
can.
that while
It is
there a-
entirely up to him how he receives that praise and
Yes.
how he internalizes it.
And that is based on his worldview.
Nami the goat says, "Will y'all reunite with Gamer Josh for old times?"
For the old time. For the
For the
one time.
No. He's out there living his best life.
I hope.
I hope not.
a great deal of difference between both Midoriya and himself, the most important elements that make these characters who they are couldn't share more in common. Bakugo and Midoriya's suffering and struggles aren't tied to who or what they are as people, but rather are the catastrophic and irresponsible results yielded by the words that both boys have been fed across their entire
I'm
lives.
sorry,
not
but it would be
irresponsible.
more irresponsible for his mom to be like, no, you can be like All Might.
Yeah, no. She did the right thing in the moment. It just so happened it worked out for him. And his teacher's praising him because he did a good job.
Because he has a good quirk.
Oh, I'm sorry, a kid that does a somersault. I'm not saying go out and become a gymnast. Because you did a little front flip when you were 6 years old. No.
Show spray bottle head, man. And I'm pretty sure one of the teachers was just like, yeah, that's a great quirk you got there.
How has he not had racism?
Where's the evidence? Present evidence of what you're saying.
Like, does he need to refill it?
Refill what?
The goo that extra I would have whatever he's spraying.
I assume that it is like, unless we're taking he can take it off like that picture show. Unless we're taking that into consideration, it has to be like not Mina, Creation Girl.
Oh, Creaty.
Forget her name. But yeah, her. Where it is calories in, calories out. I need to eat in order to make a cannon.
But what is the goo that is being thrown from his face mouth?
It's his
Like,
body
what does it do?
body produces
No, I'm
the
cool
goo.
with that. I'm cool with that. What would it do? What does it do?
It does what it
does
do.
the spray do?
It do what it do.
It gotta do something. It gotta do more
and
than
it sure does do it.
It can't
he's
just
the number
do it.
68 hero. Spray. The spritz hero. Spray.
The Spritz hero.
Oh, we gotta lower him. That is a horrible name.
Oh no! It's the Spritz hero as we're robbing a bank.
Come closer so I can spritz you. I can't do it from where you're way over there. Oh wait, I can't. I can just turn my knob.
But I have to hit my handle to spray you. I can't just do it
Mama the
freely.
goat says,
So I need one hand
"Wait, are
free.
you not
Line
talking
up,
about the
boys.
toothpaste
It's
man
spray
from fast
time.
food?"
I can do area effect, but y'all gotta come closer, or I can do straight ahead. You guys pick.
Oh no, it's the cat villain. I'm on it. That's mine. I got that one. I call it.
We got dog heroes here. You're deterring him. You're not defeating him.
You're just kind of moving him from that area.
Him. The yarn hero could do that.
He'd probably keep him along until the police arrive. Like, you're a complete detriment to what we're trying to accomplish here.
Midoriya in that he was told he couldn't ever succeed.
This needs to be something.
Does it though?
But it doesn't make sense. But that's the point.
Bakugo in being told he couldn't possibly fail.
Because I remember I put up my the sad DA picture on my Facebook.
Oh yeah, you told this.
And somebody was just like, "You all right, man?" I'm like, no, it's a joke. Beans, and they're laughing, but it did look like I was getting ready to LTG.
Neglect your child?
Allegedly.
Yeah, that's a complete alleged one.
Everything is an allegedly.
Even proven things are alleged.
Why was he holding up DNA?
In my DNA. I'm sorry, Manetta, you gotta go. Just the balls. It's crazy that he was just holding up balls that said DNA. There's no cohesion. Dan.
Bakugo has an untethered and limitless determination to become a great hero. And so, while they are polar extremes,
But his
both
becoming a great hero just means that he's the strongest.
Yes. One of the best.
very much two sides of the exact same coin.
All right, we're good for this stream, y'all.
All right.
We can do a little Q&A.
Or we can do more of the field tour.
The field tour does sound... Where were we in the field tour?
We were at, it was right before the picture.
What was that, 2018?
2013 or 14. I forget. If you swap the drawings, you get NDA.
T23 time.
Put up a poll. T23 Q&A or DSP.
Yep.
It looks like it's a runaway though with T23. These animals.
They got marked and now they're like, we also
okay,
won.
but also though, what the
last 40 minutes.
40 minutes, my goodness.
What should we do? Because you got to be out at 7.
Yeah, I know. Don't mean it's got to be 40 minutes.
It's a rough time frame. T23. DSP. Q&A.
Obvious reasons.
Okay, last one. Be Drake's lawyer if he did the thing for 10 billion to spend the night with Diddy and give me the Drake one. Drake goes away regardless if I win or not.
All you gotta do is defend him. You ain't gotta believe in it.
Yep.
You gotta shut that down. It is a job job.
I guess it just didn't start for some reason. DSP T23.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing.
Thank you for the super chat. So
people with morbid jobs and everything, they just go, it is a job. You either gotta look at them just mutilated child bodies, or you can have some gallows humor, or you can just shut it down.
Yep. Jesus Christ.
There was honestly no need for the poll. What was I personally thinking?
DSP is pretty close.
Cameron Bailey says, by the way, what did you guys think of Not Like Us? Drake ain't coming back.
Oh, yeah, no, Drake's cooked. Not Like Us in the video? My God, he killed that man. Legitimately. I still think the best diss song of the whole thing is Meet the Grams. I still think the best song overall is Euphoria. Dude, 616 in LA, I used to not like that song. Like when it first came out, just kind of That song is so f***ing good. Yeah, but not like a song of the summer. It's gonna go down in one of the greatest hip hop diss songs in history because it's gonna be one of the most popular rap songs in history, and it's crazy.
And I don't like rap.
Meet the Grams it might end up my most listened to song of the year. I love Meet the Grams with all my heart. Love Euphoria too. The Pop-Out concert just coming out to Euphoria, crazy. And you have to understand he didn't play Meet the Gram because he knew the vibes was off. He knew he couldn't hit that. Not during this. Not at this point.
Yeah, it's over. It's dead.
Yeah.
There was never a reason for a poll.
DSP put up a fight. Condo Tour was great. Oh. Yeah, why not?
Ever wondered?
Not for a second.
Sebastian says, Kendrick for real did 17 push-ups in the video because 18 is too much for Drake.
Yep. It's so calculating. There's also the theory of that picture. There's nothing here. There's also the theory of that picture that's hanging off the wall is an invite that he had to the all-white party, and he reversed it to... Dude, there's so much going on in that. And that final shot with the owl, oh my god!
Did we, if he's Zeno's son, up that purple galaxy Goku?
Oh no, we didn't. There's so much going on here.
What if Goku was born as...
Did he just miss the cut for the last turn of the Gokus? Because I don't remember this gentleman.
Angel Essence Goku, Dragon Instinct Goku, Spirit Saiyan Goku, Primal Instinct Goku.
Top 10 rap in the Drake versus Kendrick and best bar for each one. Y'all can do homework or do it. Write it down for homework for me because I will give it to you.
I don't listen to rap.
Yes,
he's the one in an in shirt.
And no son. How?
Dude, Infinity Castle is gonna break my heart. It's gonna break.
I just do not look forward to the people going, look, the money. Look at how much money it made.
Yeah, that just means it's popular. Somebody was just in our comment section about Fairy Tail because it made some money and it's got spinoffs and it's like, why? Oh, for homework. I'm like, what the f are you doing?
Like writing it.
Thank you for the super chat, Soul.
What does impact Dragon Ball Z?
Yes, it would impact Dragon Ball. Did he say it would it or how would it or
How
if
would
it would? Okay.
Son, how would this
How
impact?
okay.
There you go.
Unknown
retract
Gaming
that.
XL
No,
says,
alright, we never finished
Hey
it.
LeBron, keep the family away. Hey Curry, keep the
You
family
keep
away.
the family away. Keep the family safe. Do. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Oh.
I hate.
Oh, that's Omni Universal Instant Goku.
Is it?
With each other back and forth, Goku was able to go and throw in some punches while Cumber was able to hold him off and
Who?
do a few hits himself.
Pull it back. This is sped up.
Oh.
We can't do this to our mans.
It sped up 1.1.
What?
Yeah.
I thought it sped up like 25.
No, 1.1. I only sped up Mark a little bit.
Goku then smiled and said, you know, one thing had got me to start wondering what you said.
One thing had got me to wondering what you had said.
Goku then smiled and said, you know, one thing had got me to start wondering what you said. You said that you're in a mission to kill the Omni King and the others. Well, what do you mean by the others? And are there more of you watching us?
Look at his fingers.
Yeah, well, of course.
Since you said you
This
came here
AI
prepared,
shit.
I take it you've been watching me the entire time. You and the Omni King, yes.
are you?
This is
The name he literally just said.
Dutch says, there is only one king.
Ever.
Yeah, I've been studying your
But he's
power.
from Heroes.
I'm here to end your life once and for all.
Rent a
That's
girlfriend
all I
month.
need to
Crazy
hear.
bars.
Now, let me show you my power.
Power was saying really weird there. Couldn't even give us an Andy scream. That boy done fell off.
Goku has gone and transformed into his Omni Super Saiyan Rose as Cumberland.
Come. I thought it was over. I'm like, okay, Omni whatever.
Omni Super.
Why does it need to be Rose? What does that do to add to the prestige? Cumber, that's who it is.
Yeah, no, that's
Omni Super Saiyan. Oh, Saiyan Shenron.
What? Frieza has now transformed into his golden form as he smiled, and from there he said, "What do you think, monkey?"
Bro, there's only ever one king. T23 tries, and that's why he's the best. The other people do not try. You think Silent Saiyan is trying? I don't even know what he's doing these days.
He's doing this thing.
Dude, this man came in like in Google when AOL and Yahoo were like completely ate their life.
Out the just hit the ground running.
Silent Saiyan is cooked.
Silent Saiyan is Ass Jeeves.
This is my true power. From there, Goku smiled and said, "It doesn't matter what you use, Frieza, you're still gonna die. I have the power to erase you from existence, but I can only use it once
The
every
almighty
decade."
Dew Hansen says, Salad Saiyan is cool, but Goku T23 is the only god I pray to.
The only. Why can he only use it once a decade?
Why?
Since I'm not the Omni King, I'm gonna use this towards you right now. You lost me with the Omni King talk. Now die! With that, Frieza went and he charged right towards Goku.
You can see
Yes,
He
of course
struck
you
him, but Goku didn't move. Goku then saw that all of Frieza's men came to hit him, but from there, Goku went and he powered up his ki, as he managed to one-shot everyone that was there in just a matter of seconds.
Why?
Goku then went right towards Frieza
Okay,
and
pause.
uppercut.
Why even introduce that there's other people there? If they were all just gonna be one shot, they don't even get a cut in.
They don't even get him.
For what Just
You couldn't-
leave it out.
You couldn't PNG a bunch of foot soldiers from Frieza.
That
nothing.
added 15 seconds.
At him, getting to be sent flying high in the air, and from there, Goku looked at him and said, "It is over, Frieza. Now be gone."
It is shots like this where I'm just like, it has to be.
It has to be a
Yeah.
rip.
This cannot
Be
He
an
can't-
actual person.
This isn't. He's just. It's not panning. This seems like something being like a Will Ferrell movie. This seems like Imperfect Hair Forever.
Yeah, where it's just like do a close up on my face, and then the camera's just too low, and it's like getting his chin and nothing else.
It's a Dexter anime parody.
As Goku went and he snapped his fingers, and from there, Frieza got erased. But doing so took a huge toll on Goku, since he is not the Omni King, and when he erases someone, he will lose all of his energy and power. As Goku was short of breath and he had a hard time breathing, and from there, he began to try to recover all of his energy and his ki. But while he was doing that, Goku then noticed that someone has arrived to the world. As he turned around and he saw that it was a warrior.
What could he possibly want?
I am Shenron, and now that I have my orders to kill you by the Omni King. What? Shenron? What is this? The Omni King?
You need a break in between.
And you were doing the breathing, so you clearly know.
What is this, the Omni King? What is this? The Omni King? That's what it should have been. What you went, what is this, the Omni King?
What? Shenron? What is this? The Omni King? Yes, that is right. The true Omni King of this multiverse, Zeno the Third. I see. He's still alive, huh? So my father was right then. I don't care who was right. It is time I end your weak ass right here and right now.
It's time I end your little weekend.
He went gangster real quick. Everybody cool until Sin goes gangster.
This will be easy. As Shenron came right next to Goku and he kicked him in his face.
Watermark
Since he
on his
didn't
left
notice
leg.
that Goku was short of breath and he was having a hard time to recover. This was his opportunity to kill him once and for all.
Hey, who's that?
With that, he
Who's
went
that
and he
guy?
grabbed onto
Who's
Goku
that guy
and he
by his
teleported
foot?
to a battlefield
Yeah,
where it was nothing
who we
but
doing?
ice. This is where your graveyard is going to be. Now die. As he went and decked Goku in his face non-stop and he started to attack him repeatedly. Goku,
Yeah, no,
on
that
other
was the
hand,
punches.
Was too weak to do anything since Shenron was using the power of all three dragons, but from there, Goku on the other hand had no power.
Sir,
You did.
do you think you
establish
established the fact that he was using the power of 3 dragons?
that? I don't believe he did.
He did not.
To the fact he used the erasing technique on Frieza, causing him to be completely drained.
I am
Someone-
genuinely curious how he's gonna get out of this.
Then came towards Goku and he began to beat the shit out of him and said,
I guess he's not. He just gotta get the speed out of him.
"How sad. Here I thought that the Omni King son could put up a fight, but you barely handled me. It is time I end you." Is that all you have? As Shenron noticed that Goku's body began to glow.
No,
What
you
the-
can't do this. Come on!
This is crazy.
Slide him to the right. What are you doing? Come on, there's so much space.
There's so much wrong with what he does.
So much space. He
What is-
used the shot before and it was fine.
What's up with this glow of yours? Oh, you can say my powers has just come back. Is that so?
What is the
Oh,
problem?
they just came back.
What was the threat if they were gonna come back in
So
2
quickly.
minutes?
Let's see you dodge this. As Shenron went and he powered up a major blast and he aimed it right towards Goku.
Where are the Dragon Balls
The
in
blast
this
was
chest?
about to go and explode on Goku, but from there, Goku saw all of his energy has returned as he went and screamed.
It was my fault.
Well, yeah. Oh, for sure.
For
We had DSP.
wondering.
We were ready.
It was my fault for going. He's setting so Goku is out of power.
Yep.
He's getting beaten up by this strong guy.
Mm-hmm.
Presumably nobody knows where he is.
Yep.
So how is he gonna get out of this? Oh, he's just gonna get his power back.
All of it.
And more.
This wasn't even the song from the first time he did this. Why is this a different song? Whose song is this?
Don't say the full name.
Goku has now transformed into his Omni Super Saiyan Rose, as he was able to recover all of his energy, and from there he is ready to go and battle it with a very dangerous dragon.
the
who
fight
has
goes
power
on
of all
for
three
so
dragons from
long.
Universe 7.
Holy.
From the dead, but before they can do anything, Goku came right in front of them and said,
transformed into something red.
Are you sure?
You could skim it.
I'm pretty sure that was after.
Okay.
Yeah. I was where I needed.
Wow!
Okay, yeah, I don't know what happened there.
did he can to attack Goku, while Goku was holding their own.
It
With
did-
each
the
landing
watermark
blow,
did
the
look like
entire
NTR,
multiverse was
to be
shaking,
fair.
But Goku wasn't backing down.
FL
With that,
Studio
Goku
going
went and used some
crazy.
power, as Goku threw Vegeta down, and from there he started to punch
I
Broly
hate
in his face repeatedly.
his
like a
rose
punching bag.
watermark on his
Seeing
right
how
arm.
strong Goku is compared to them, they began to laugh and say, "I knew you to be this strong. That is
Vegeta
why Hearts gave
versus
us the
Goo
Universe
Vegeta.
Seed power that can kill the Omni King, and for sure it'll work on the Omni King's son too. Let's show him our real power then, shall we?
Hey, can you slide that over to the right
For sure
just
it'll
a
work on the
little
Omni
bit?
King's son too."
What is
You
their
were
name?
so close.
What is their names gonna be?
Gold. It's gotta be golden.
But
Let's show him our real power then, shall we?
let's see the forms first.
Universe Seed?
yeah, look at the check and stuff like that. We already
It's gonna be golden.
True. No. This piss Vegeta part is gonna be ego. Golden
Legendary golden legendary
unlocked golden ego Vegeta.
golden fury.
That's good. That's strong. That's got some weight to it.
Broly, the most screamy mother, gets the weakest scream. Ah!
Well, what do you think? This is our power inside the Universe Seed. I guess he's ready to die now. Oh no. This is the Universe Seed, isn't it? Mirrors, quickly go to Goku.
Universe Seed.
You come
Right now,
on.
I
You
officially
can't
allow you
just
to
do
break the
that
angel
and then not
and
give it a
help the Omni
stupid
King's
name.
son at once.
Sir! Sir!
Father, as Mirrors has
Pause!
now
That's
He cut it in half and then flipped it! You can see the line! Blow it up. His chin is out. It is not matching. His
can see
shirt
all
collar
of
is
it.
a little too high. We're not talking about the subtitles yet. What is going on with his arm pad thing?
Yep.
They just sort of go into nothingness.
Both sides of them.
For what purpose could you not just find a mirrors? Come on now.
made his way towards
Hang
the
on.
planet.
Okay, you kind of find out where it
Yeah.
comes from. It's okay to be confused.
This is
T23 has brought this thunderstorm to my area.
It's easier to find him in an angel outfit than to cut the mother.
Oh yeah.
Ah, yes. It is from a deviant art, and it is half of him being an angel and the other half being the Galactic Patrol.
Yep.
So he flipped the angel part into a full. That's
Yep.
why.
Oh yeah, this is straight
That
stolen.
is exactly what happened.
He stole the out
I
of
now understand why he did that. But if I were to type in, let's just say Angel Mirrors,
he stole this.
I wonder what. No, what? Not an angel fish.
Yeah, we got it. We got it.
Yeah, no, I know what you're looking for exactly. Oh, wow. It just comes up. Here he is. Here he is. Here he is. If you just steal it, just steal it. Don't steal it and then modify it like, you made this? I made this.
Of the Omni King's son at once. Yes, father. As Mirrors has now made his way towards the planet and he has arrived to the battlefield, where he saw Vegeta
Vegeta
and
versus
Broly went and they
Goku.
used the Universe Seed. With that, before Goku can say anything, he got punched in the face by Broly, as he got sent flying, and from that, Vegeta followed up and he tried to hit Goku. Goku went and did a backflip as he managed to kick Vegeta, but saw it didn't even phase him. What's the matter, clown? Is that all the power you got? With that, Vegeta began to go and slap Goku across his face, showing him the utmost disrespect. Goku then saw that Broly came next to Vegeta. Now, let's get serious, what do you say? By all means then, let me use my full power. The Super Dragon has now went and used his true power.
And he just becomes Piccolo?
Yes.
He's just a different guy.
P Piccolo. Capital P Piccolo.
The Super Dragon Ball has now emerged out as no one other than its own creator, Zalama. Turns out Zalama was within the Super Dragon the entire time. And now when it's time to battle, he came out.
couldn't even give
as he
him
looked right
red
towards
eyes
Goku
or
and said,
something.
"This is where I belong."
Oh yeah.
Stronger and doing everything he can to make sure he will be the stronger one, as they spent over a few hours just learning, but again, that equal to a few years. While they were busy training,
Sir,
Heart
that's
and Fury
Bigelow
began
and
to
no
go
one
wipe
else.
out most of the destroyers from each universe,
Who are
as they
you
were
people?
both using their universe
Adult
seed to
Swim,
make
that's who they are.
them a lot stronger, while Zeno the Third was waiting for Goku to come out to confront him, since he knew Goku would do that after all.
Don't just go
He
past
does
it.
have
Watch
a
your
very...
instinct, Broly.
Now that it's time for you two to know who you're fighting with, I'm gonna end
Who
you
the
guys
hell
once and
is
for all.
Oliver?
As Broly went and he screamed.
It's crazy.
When Boss don't want to, he don't. You can't just give him a bunch of his instinct as well.
Yes, you can.
Broly has now transformed into his Ultra Instinct.
No, he didn't.
He was able to achieve this form training with Vados and Mirrors and said, "You two are from this universe seed power, huh? Well, you could say this is my angel seed power. That is right. I got 2 angels to train me, allowing me to achieve this power. Bring it on, Heart and Fu. I'd like to see what you guys could do." Angel seed? What the hell? Ha! It don't matter what you use. We will still end your life. As Fu charged right towards Broly, and from there...
It don't matter what you use.
you guys could do. Angel seed? What the hell? Ha! It don't matter what you use. We will still end your life. It's okay to be confused.
What are we doing? what are we doing?
Big pause there, no pause, and then with the Goku thing.
What the hell? Ha! It don't matter what you use. We will still end.
He could have just ended the sentence. It don't matter to even say, "Oh, what you use?"
It don't matter. Turn face.
Stop using that for. Go back to that. Don't use that.
He's making Zeno look like Yamcha compared to him. Got Zeno to be really angry as he looked towards Goku and said, "So I see your power definitely has increased a lot, huh? Not bad. After all, you are my grandson, so I couldn't expect less from you.
Okay.
But now let me use the power which I took from your pathetic father. It is time I put an end towards this. Behold the power of the true Omni King."
We can't be seeing this. We can't
Zeno
be seeing
the
the same
Third
thing.
has just used his true Omni power, which he has combined from Zeno and with his own, giving him a form that you see right here. Are you ready to die now, Goku? You don't worry me at all. I'll still end your life. Before Goku can finish his sentence, he got decked in the face by Zeno, as he took his hand and he swung it right towards Goku, but Goku felt like if he hit him over 50 times. With that, Zeno then went and kicked Goku hard in his stomach, getting Goku to be sent flying towards where Broly was, while Broly, on the other hand, just went and he killed Heart and Fu
he does
as
the
they
thing,
tried
he
to
has
hit him with
energy,
everything
go
they
back.
got, but they saw that Broly had his
No,
stomach,
when
getting
you
Goku
stroll.
to be sent flying towards where Broly was, while Broly, on the other hand, just went and he killed Heart and Fu as they tried to hit him with... Once when the blast went and hit Zeno head on, it exploded, but when the smoke cleared, everyone saw Zeno wasn't even phased by it.
Oh no, he just looped it back again.
How weak? Is that supposed to be your strong?
Yeah, no.
4.2 strong may be strong, but I have also achieved a power far stronger than this. It's my own
Than
universal
this.
instinct power. Finally, Goku's about to go and
Finally.
use his true power. Are you ready, Whis? Of course I am, Father. I'm not gonna miss it for the world. As everyone saw all
He
the
tried
angels
so
has arrived
hard.
to
I
witness
love
this
this
battle,
man.
since they all heard about the myth and legend, but they want to see if it's true that Goku finally achieved universal instinct. What? There's no way in this.
We can't be doing this. I can't have two wet clips going on simultaneously. Impossible.
What?
Just impossible.
What? finally achieved universal instinct. What? There's no way. What? In this multiverse, you could achieve that power. No Omni King has ever achieved it, let alone something as pathetic as you? Well then, let me show you it.
It wasn't even a breath before he was screaming.
Let me show you.
Let me show you. He's still going. He's still screaming. I hate this so much. But he did it. The lightning changes color when it...
After training with Daishinken for over 10 years in the Chamber of Time, and even getting his potential unlocked, and also getting the Xenosign essence on him, this gave Goku the power to go and achieve something called Omniversal Instinct. If you have all seen what Omni Instinct is, this is beyond Omni Instinct, which is Omniversal Instinct. So you can call this Omniversal Instinct Goku. As Zeno
I
was
guess we
completely
can't
shocked
call
to
it
see his
that.
Goku power and said,
What is Omni Instinct? We've missed so much.
"What? What kind of sick joke is this? What have you become? This? This is another
What have you become?
This looks so bad.
sick joke is this?
He
What
did
have you
not
become?
have the big
This?
dark purple.
Nope.
His design changed between shots. Why does he also have a Saturn as his face?
It also looks like the hair is coming out the back of his neck because it changes color, so it's clearly a different strand of hair.
This.
It's another costume change for a weak Omni King, you can say. Or how about a fake Omni King's son? Well then, I want to tell you one thing. What is it? This will be the last thing you'll see before you die. How dare you act all cocky with
They
me?
have the same
I'll end you here
Saturn.
and now. Now die! As
the colors
Zeno
are
went and he
different.
threw a blast right towards Goku. This blast was strong enough to destroy 5 universes. As the blast came right head on towards
Did
Goku.
he?
with-
This is strong enough to destroy 5 universes. Not 6.
I've tested
not
it.
4. 5 of them.
Yeah, yes, 5 universes
That
to
is
do the trick.
sufficient. That is a good test of power for Omni Instinct, Omni Universal Instinct, Goku Rose.
Omniversal instinct.
There,
Please
he
get it
saw
right.
Goku went and caught the blast with one hand, and he dispersed it. No energy blast will work on me. You'll have to come up with something better than that. What? He managed to disperse the attack like it was nothing.
Yes.
No one can disperse
He
this attack.
said that he
No,
did.
and then he just repeated
He
it.
managed to disperse the attack like it was nothing. No one can disperse this attack. I see. Someone really is feeling himself now, huh?
What? Why do we always just get gangsta out of nowhere like that? It gets so urban.
Well then, how about before he can say another word?
Enough to
Goku came
destroy,
right next to him
not quite
as he
6,
stared at him and
5
said,
universes.
"You know you will die, right?"
What the eye? His eye! What are we doing? Bro, what's what it? This was not his hair.
I'm looking at the eye. The eye is the worst thing I have ever seen from him. What is he doing?
It is time you know despair and feel death. As Goku went and he struck him right in his chest, which got Zen
Because he didn't have eyes.
Yeah, he doesn't have eyes.
sent flying towards another universe. Goku then followed.
Did he
as
punch
rushed
him
at
into
and from there he
another
went and struck him in
universe?
the gut. As Goku went and he struck him right in his chest, which got Zen to be sent flying towards another universe.
That's not how it works.
No, another galaxy maybe, but not another universe. He would have to go to a different dimension to go to a different
He
universe.
got his in shirt on in the recording booth.
Goku then followed as he rushed at him, and from there he went and struck him in the guts, getting him to gasp for air and said, "You did the same to my father before, right? Right before when he died? Get off me!" As Zeno went and he tried to knee Goku in the stomach, and from there he started to throw a lot of energy blasts towards Goku, as Goku kept blocking each and every
Why
one. And
does
with
he
that,
think that a simple physical strike would
Meme
affect him.
Spice says, gut shot.
Just gut shot.
When he did a blast that could destroy
Five.
five? Is that big? 5 universes.
That could do 5.
Who went and he caught all the blasts with one hand and he dispersed it. You don't stand a chance against me, Zeno. This is the power of my fist. Well, does that
They sounded like there was more coming.
Yes.
I thought he said 5th for.
see? As Zeno rushed right towards Goku and he began to strike him, as both their power clashed with each other and they were going at it. Zeno continued to hit Goku, but Goku was blocking all of his hit. Each time he would go and kick him, Goku would use his arm to dodge it and block it, as he would hit Goku's arm, but Goku would not react. Since Goku's power is far superior to Zeno, but Zeno's too blind to see that. Zeno continued to go and try to do everything he can to overpower Goku, but he saw that it wouldn't work, as Goku looked towards him and said, "My fist has the power to separate you and my father." What? You mean to say you have the Force Spirit Fission? No. But
Why would you introduce it and it's go, no? Do you have to? No.
inside
No, I
this
do not.
omniverse- You mean to say you have the Force Spirit Fission? No. But inside this Omniversal Instinct form, I got the power to do that. And I can erase any fusion and separate two people from one.
So you do have the
I'll never
power.
let you do that. I'll kill you! As Zeno the Third went and he powered up to 100%, and with that,
Why
he
was he
sent
not
Goku
powered
forward.
up
Goku did the
to
same thing
100%
again. Both of
before?
their power clashed with each other, and they were going at it. Goku then went and he uppercut Zeno, as he got him to be sent flying high in the air and said, "Bring my father back!" As Goku rushed right towards him and struck him right in his stomach, and with that, he got Zeno and his father to be separated, as Zeno can feel Zeno being coming out of
Leo
his body,
Luster
but from
says,
there he felt too.
so he punched him as hard enough to travel an infinite distance instantly. Or whatever the size of the Dragon Ball universe's Death Battle copied the math from.
Absolutely.
100%, obviously.
Towards the ground, while Daishiken went and he caught Zeno. While Zeno was still unconscious, Goku then looked at Zeno the Third and said, "Now that you're separated, it is time I erase you forever." You really did achieve the power Omniversal Instinct, huh?
Why are we saying it like it's a thing? You really did achieve omniversal instinct.
Very impressed. Well now, be gone, grandfather.
Why doesn't he have the eye this
He
time?
doesn't need to see.
As Goku went and he erased him right there. Goku at his
It's
omniversal
not
power
a
is
satisfying
way more than enough to
ending
beat
for
Zeno
the
Third,
series
as he didn't
villain
stand a
just
chance
be-
against
And he
Goku's
just
power,
erased him.
which was once a legend that no one's ever achieved, but Omni Instinct Goku proved wrong, as he was the first to ever achieve this power, and he also showed that he was able to erase anyone without showing any signs of fatigue whatsoever. With that, Zeno woke up, as he saw what happened, and he rushed right
All right, we're good.
This is the very
towards Goku with happiness and said,
watermark on his right shoulder.
"Goku, you did it, my son!" Father,
I apologize.
I'm so glad to see you're okay. You got me really worried there, Father. And I'm very sorry I wasn't there to protect you when that happened. Don't be sorry, Goku. I always knew you had the power to get this. I suggested Daishiken to teach you Omniversal Instinct, and you proved to be the one to get it.
So you can teach it.
As Goku went right back to his base and said, "Well, Father, let's go right back home." Of course, Goku, let's
right
go.
back home.
As Zeno, Daishinken, Whis, and Broly all went right back to Zeno's world.
Broly was there?
Once when they got there, they continued their lives like ordinary Omni Kings as they continued to go and watch
Ordinary
over the
Omni
universe,
King.
while Broly decided to go and train with Daishinken and become the next Grand Priest. And at the same time, Goku continued to learn and show the whole multiverse that he is the strongest who ever exists. After all, he does have Omniversal Instinct inside his sleeve. And this is what I believe would have happened if Goku was Zeno's son. Thank you very much for watching and supporting this series, my Z fans. I greatly appreciate all you guys showing me love towards this video.
was in the
And now,
last
if you guys want to see more of these awesome
Yeah.
What If, give this video
How
over
did he get
a lot of likes.
defeated?
And if
He's
you really
Omniversal
appreciate all the effort I
Instinct.
put
To
towards
the
my
top.
videos,
Dragon
please
Instinct
reward
Goku.
me by clicking that bell. You could always unsubscribe if you feel like this channel isn't for you later on in the future.
Hey,
And
I
if you
like
haven't
that.
subscribed to
Unknown
my boy
Gaming
Vegeta
XL
T23, please give
Ain't
him
no
a
way
subscribe.
John let a walking
And
Tic
as always,
Tac
my
hit
Z
that.
fans, I'm Goku
No
T23.
way.
Have an insane day.
You never need to go to the very end because I keep forgetting that's what happens.
Hey, but it could have been a time where Abba showed up
But
to invite him to the tournament of
was not.
Goku to the Tournament of Gokus.
Why did you have an angelfish on deck ready? Just like, I've been preparing for this. Finally.
Alright, let's quickly run through these picks and memes and get the f out of here.
This man is crazy. Tournament of Goku, it's gonna be awful. That's gonna be it for our channel.
Deku T23. Of course, the DA. It's not enough that I succeed. Of course. Oh yeah, you guys weren't privy to this one. The ice themes, I don't know why that gets me. Yep, alright, and we're all caught up.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
That man. Those men.
Great men.
No.
Men of importance.
Disagree.
Oh. Yeah, so we're out of here. Regular stream next week, and then the week after is a DSP stream. Am I correct in that? Yep. So that's what you got to look forward to for the next couple ones.
Yeah, Salad saying is doing normal stuff, which, oh, never mind.
Are we finishing up Mark next week, or are we hitting something else and then coming back?
Something else and come back.
All right, that's what we'll do.
What if Future Gohan won, and it is what appears to be Ultra Instinct Gohan and Trunks?
Cause he's such a Gohan fan. I love a mashup of those two.
They always knew Gohan had some sort of hidden strength, but this is absurd. Cargo and Piccolo can't believe what they're witnessing either. And Goku comes to realize he's definitely not going to have a chance to fight Jiren now. Pikkon can't believe Goku's son is that strong. Same for...
Can you go to this
one? No!
Can you really quick?
Why?
I still have 10 minutes. Could you go to that really
I'm
quick?
taking away all the stuff!
Oh, you can press the button and go on back. The people need to see this.
God, we're out of here, bro.
Not yet. Not ever.
Unbelievable.
Thanks for watching.
I'm praying for a crash this time. Alright, yeah, what am I going to?
What if Future Gohan won?
Is there a time step I should go to?
6:23. Finale.
What's up, everyone?
Oh, just the finale?
Yeah. Cause look at that.
With the Tournament of Power coming up,
Why are they dead?
Cargo and Piccolo can't believe what they're witnessing either. And Goku comes to realize he's definitely not going to have a chance to fight Jiren now. Pikkon can't believe Goku's son is that strong. Same for that other Saiyan. They finish powering up, standing there with tall white hair. Both of them have gone beyond their ultimate forms. Side by side, everyone in the tournament witnesses Gohan and Trunks fighting together. In their newest and strongest form, their beast form. Even with Jiren at a...
Trunks Beast.
Why did we need to see this, DA?
Trunks Beast.
full
Future
power, they
Gohan Beast.
completely outpace him. Partially because it's a 2v1, but also because they just have insane strength like that.
Oh,
Jiren
so
aims for
Saiyan
Trunks
4.
first because he's clearly the weaker of the two, but even he's a tough opponent. Did both of these people surpass him? What about Gohan? Jiren can't seem to land a hit on them, they're just so fast, and even when he does, they don't take much damage, if any at all. A 2v1 really is.
This is horrible.
Beast Future Trunks.
This is horrible.
Beast Future Trunks.
We didn't need to see this, DA.
Yeah, you did.
We didn't need to be part of this.
Beast Future Trunks. Beast Future Gohan. One arm. What does Beast mean? We don't know. We don't care. Because he's Beast now.
Alright, we're in out of here.
He's going Goblin mode.
Leave, DA.
I'm leaving.
That's a Weewoo, that's a shovel.
Driving.
Enjoy the rest of y'all Saturday.
Don't.
Or don't!
No, it's not or don't. I order you not to.
Alright, there we go. Definitely don't enjoy the rest of your Saturday.
Or else.